All right. Hello. And to whom this may concern. Okay. This is still coming open a lot. I don't have a way of tying this closed properly. Oh well. Had a lot to fix when it comes to the laptop and the OBS just then. But I think it's sorted now. Except for one thing. I think there's still issues with the Stream Deck. Maybe. I think the graphics are just busted. It's showing the graphic for my marker button on the Stream Deck being disconnected, but if I press it, it actually functions. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Might just be the graphic that's fucked up. I don't know. I'll worry about it later. It's quite late, so I'm gonna do a short one. I don't know how short yet, but you know, too much tinkering tonight. Uncomfortable amount of tinkering. So, oh, I forgot to check something. Hang on. I have to set next week's schedule as well. In Inbox. Ah, here we go. Oh, good. Something else came through I was waiting on. Sweet. Wicked, wicked. Alright. Boom. Now I'm ready. I could have postponed it, but I thought doing a short one's better than doing not doing anything at all. Especially since there were some drops last week that I missed. And I feel bad about missing. Like the Penguin and the Acolyte. HBO has got a new trailer out for that Penguin show. And Disney's got the Acolyte trailer out, which I've been really curious about because I've been told that has to do with the origins of Sith or something. Or a Sith? I don't know. Also, there's a Bad Boys trailer out. I didn't know they were making another one. I really didn't know they were making another one at all. What number is this now? 4? Is it 4? I think it's 4. I feel like we now officially have too many Bad Boys movies. I don't think anyone really cared too much with the third one. They did 2 back in the day. They were very 90s movies, and then the third one happened so far later that people were like, it's fine, I guess. And now this is going to be another it's fine, I guess, I bet you. 100%. I suppose we could start with that. For the hell of it. How about it? Not that screen. Not that screen either. That's the one. Gotta get these button pictures fixed so I can remember which ones go where. Oh, good, the Elgato's doing funky shit again. Why? Okay. Oh, I forgot about the princess juice. Oops. Good. It's a good batch. Stop opening down. Only wearing you because it's too hot for an Oodie. But we want the Oodie back. Where's the right headphone? Left. Here it is. Okay. I don't want this to be dim. It doesn't show dim for you, but mine's being a bit... Hang on a sec. It's gonna freeze it up, I bet. Come on. Kick in. Kick in. Activate. Activate. Okay, that's better. Alright, sweet. I don't know what's going on with the Elgato. I don't know. First the laptop, then the OBS, and then the Stream Deck, and then the Elgato all in one night. It's been a hell of a time. Ah, Jesus. Hello, Emporio. Request a song you made. Yeah, if you like. I don't mind. I'm going to do this in the meantime. If it works. What the hell's going on now? Wait. Yeah, I hear nothing. Give me a sec. Probably this. Yeah, that was it. That was it.
In 5, 4, 3.
We're doing their own trailer count-in? Fucking hell.
Come on, Mike, slow down. We are late. My stomach, Mike. I need a ginger ale.
Get a ginger ale and nothing.
It's always the same shtick with the two of them.
Dog's fresh. Put them in yesterday. Give me one. Put some relish on that motherfucker.
Open the register.
Stay right there. That's Skittles.
Like, Will Smith always has to just do the too cool thing. And Martin Lawrence has to do the whiny little bitch thing. And that's like their whole dynamic all the time.
But I gotta go. Call 911. Aren't you the police?
I don't think you're allowed to, as cops to walk away from the scene where you just shot some guy in the leg.
No, sir.
You ate my snacks, didn't you? You need to get a job.
I'm a U.S. Marine, sir.
Well, then you need to deploy.
Dad, look.
We now have evidence that the late Captain Conrad Howard of Miami PD was working directly
Wasn't he
with
dead?
drug cartel.
I could have sworn the last movie killed him.
Captain Howard is being framed.
Bad Boys 4, yes. Hi, Sham.
What the hell?
He's texting us from the other side.
No, he's not.
Oh, he is dead. I was right. I remembered him dying in the third one, but that's the only thing I remember about the third movie.
Fuckers, fuck them all.
He's genuinely angry that he's
High
dead.
up this shit goes.
I would be
don't
too.
Trust anybody. You're my bad boys. Now clear my name.
You should be careful.
They're gonna have a plane action scene, like Uncharted, aren't they?
They're being set up, detectives.
People are gonna fly around in the hull and fly out the back with parachutes on. Yeah, it's happening right now.
We got 2 suspects. Lowry
This isn't
and
Michael
Burnett.
Bay this time, but I feel like everyone
They're
that
armed and dangerous.
directs one of these tries their best to mimic their best Michael Bay.
No! Windshield wiper fluid! It's flammable!
I ain't no damn scientist.
Y'all are some terrible fucking fugitives.
Who's that dude? He looks familiar. Might have been in number 3 as well.
I need nasty Mike. Bad boy. I got this. What you don't do?
Why does Martin Lawrence seems like he's older, but Will Smith doesn't? Will Smith's got that immortal shit. Ooh. Oh, damn. That is such a Michael Bay shot.
Just because we black, we still in your shit? What?
Look at your shirt.
Hold up, race
Why
humor.
don't you sing us a little Reba
Rednecks
song?
versus black cops.
Sing your favorite.
I'm a woman. I'm a strong black woman.
Yeah, because she's not black.
Yes.
What you gonna do?
No, that's the theme song. No, you're breaking the fourth wall.
It's from her mixtape.
No, wait, that song actually does exist in the movie. I forgot. They just like it. It's not actually the theme song for Bad Boys. You want to send through an infinite cringe video before bed? What's infinite cringe? That sounds like too much cringe. They're making another Quiet Place? Oh yeah, we watched the trailer on stream a couple of Sundays ago. The Quiet Place Day 0 or something? Oh, Infinite Cringe is a person. I thought it was like a cringe compilation video with a fancy name. Sorry. Yeah, the Quiet Place trailer. It was like Lupita Nyong'o was the main character, and it takes place like the day the aliens show up, and it's just like anarchy, complete and utter anarchy. Do 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 do. Oh yeah, Emporio's thing. Emporio Music, cool YouTube channel. So you're a producer? Looks producery. Hang on. More about this channel. No description. United Kingdom. Okay, dope. Oh, you're rapping.
If you're not plugged into Emporio,
There's something about the logo and the
you
name
know, innit? Say no more.
that made me think maybe you're a producer. This would be right up Sham's alley as well. Good timing, Sham.
Step to the shops, no ID. Everything irie. Can you do the same? Not likely. You're not built like me, you're tiny. Yeah, my temper is tiny because man of snakes and slimy.
I love how you keep switching between the red and the blue jacket.
How you gonna push right by me? Get to the back, trying to get a bread, got baguettes in my hand. Some wet done, don't pretend to be bad, otherwise you must want your head to be whacked. I can tell you're pressed to the max.
It's a motocross jacket.
Cause I'll send for your nan. Free up my guys that are in themselves. They keep on arresting the gang. Free them. You gotta get the money.
Fuck, UK police look so much like Australian police.
I beg you don't try get louder.
We have so much in common.
If I was you, I'd delete my life just like the history on my browser. You're not keeping up, I need a princess with a peachy bum like Bowser. Step to the shops, no ID. Everything irie. Can you do the same? Not likely. You're not built like me, you're tiny. Yeah, my temper is tiny because man, snakes and
Chill
slimy.
beat.
you gonna push right by me? Your girl in Stein, trying to whine. Thought she was a homebody. Just another hope collie. More time
Sham's a rapper too, that's why I pointed him out before. Emporio.
My grind, it ain't no hobby. I'm aware that it comes with more problems, but I still wanna get.
He got his thumbs up.
That's how it has to be. We're not in the same category. I'm trying to go from the shrubs to Glastonbury. Man, I got no limit like Master P. I wanna see sold out for the whole crowd. Maximum capacity. I'm turning a dream to reality. Fam, I beg you, don't try to talk back to me. Did you get taught any manners? All over the place, no balance. You really wanna know how I make these bangers? I really don't know, I'm just born with a talent. Did you get taught any manners? All over the place, no balance. Can't never get bored of the game that I'm in, even though it's full of snakes and ladders. Step to the shrubs, no ID. Everything
It's just so groovy, man.
do the same, not like me. You're not built like me, you're tiny. Yeah, my temper is tiny.
Hey, sunshine.
Snakes and slimy. Call blimey. How you gonna push right by me?
Sham, this is your next step, I think. You need to make a music video. Stands out from your traditional grime with that beat. Yeah, yeah. Visuals by Runitrez.
The light ain't over.
That your editor?
I should start. Even though it's the end, it's the start because he's with me. Help me. You get me?
Yeah, you can drop the other one.
Help what is the lightweight.
It's cool. Let me just queue up the one that Sham sent me a second ago. Guinness, you said. Oh, there it is there. Is it audio only or is it a music video version of that too? Videos. Official audio. Audio only for that one. Oh, I found it. Okay. I was like, did I just click on the right one that you just sent? We'll just, we'll check out another one from Emporio Sham, and then we'll have a look at your compilation thing you sent. He's double fisting the Guinness too.
She can't be my missus, body counts in double digits. Fucking bin it, get me around some other women. I don't really talk too much, but if I do, I'm talking business.
Yeah, I can.
Can't split my G's, we stick together.
I can see the vibe that connects all your songs.
I've got no time to waste. After the
They all kind of have a
get that down, you mate. Oh shit,
a kind of a groovy chillness to them.
Ain't no game like Simon says. Mixing it with black currant, see me in the dance buzzing. That's nothing. You should see what I'm like when I get the spice drumming. Look at the head on that, no homo, but the pine's stunning. You can say what you want about me. I love the man that I'm becoming.
You wish it stayed slower? Oh, because the beat paced up. I don't mind. It's like somehow both like chill, easy listening, and still like a fast-paced breakbeat at the same time. Ooh, it's toasty tonight.
You can tell by their iris, body count at double digit. I don't want no mileage, don't care what your advice is. I carry on and do my thing, so listen up, I'm pissed up, big up the Irish.
You know, it's funny because I can Photoshop. I do it quite often. Sometimes for work, sometimes for fun. I always like notice little things about like how you do the bevel on these clovers in the text. Like, I know exactly how to do that.
You can't split my G's, we stick together. Chalking Guinness, get that down, you mate. Oh shit, I'm out of face.
You referenced the Guinness.
Get that down, you mate. Oh shit, I'm out of face. I've got no time to waste. Ain't no game like Simon says.
Did a good job with the cover art. Is it the same guy that was credited on the last video as the person behind your visuals? Because that is nice. I would like to get art done of me I'm not sure why or what I would use it for yet, but I just think it'd be cool to have artists like do renditions of you. Different person. That's fair. I don't know if anyone personally that can do this at this quality, but one day when I got more money, I should think about getting someone to make art of me. Maybe I can think of a way to incorporate it into streaming. Like a banner or something. People in Fiverr. Oh, everywhere. There are randoms on Twitter that will just like send me shit. Like trying to get work. Because I reference streaming in like one of my Twitter posts. And then everyone comes out of the woodwork. There are so many artists that try to make you icons and avatars and things. But it's like I don't have money to put towards that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of people out there trying to get work doing it. You want to hit someone out there this year for an EP cover? Don't know how much it would cost. Yeah, that's a tricky one. Like, stuff like that can cost not that much, but it can also cost a lot, depending on who you go with and I guess how established they are. Because if they're earning a lot of money from doing bigger jobs, they don't need to take jobs from people who can't afford that much anymore. But that might be where the quality artists are. Yeah, it depends on the artist, exactly. It's always different. Just try not to be one of those people that like hits up artists for favors and stuff or exposure, because nobody likes them people. I always feel bad for artists when that shit goes down. As someone who's involved in the arts myself, because I've done media production at uni, I've done film school, I've done websites for people, I've done graphical art through Photoshop, I've done editing. I've done a lot of that kind of stuff, which falls in the creative arts kind of bucket. So I've experienced enough of that shit. Collab with me and I'll shout you out of Vimeo. That'll be awesome. Australia and the UK. What is this? I heard you like polyrhythms. Oh my god. Wait, what does it sound like? That's cool. Sorry, I just got mad distracted by something. I don't know why I clicked on that. But that sounded neat. Alright, Sham. What is this? Infinite Cringe. It's a good name for a channel. You can honestly be about anything. Is this Dragon's Dogma related? Oh, it is. I just saw it in the title.
Mystic Spearhand
I think,
has earned my...
Wasn't it the IGN review where the reviewer said that the Mystic Spearhand was his favorite, his go-to as well?
I respect, not because I think it's powerful or fun or well designed, although it is all three of those things. I love
Wait, is Maximum Cringe a chick? The display pic is a dude with a beard. I got super confused.
Because it knows that it's cringe. It is the anime vocation of Dragon's Dogma. Its moveset is obnoxious, flashy, and over the top, but not in the same way the other vocations are. Sure, Sorcerer can
It's so weird seeing
giant
someone clipping into the
tornadoes that
stomach
deal
of a dragon.
incredibly high FPS damage, but it's a sorcerer, a classic fantasy archetype that's supposed to be a walking force of destruction. Dragon's Dogma strongly adheres to his realistic fantasy aesthetic, but Mystic Spearhand sticks out like a sore thumb. Spearhand is cringe anime nonsense, but it embraces that aspect of itself and thrives because of it. It also
I love the
doesn't
fact
hurt
that
it's an absolute blast to play.
she
Now,
sounds
I'm
like
always
she's
going to be
talking
a
it
fighter
down,
main at heart.
but she's
All I
saying
do is
cringe
sort
anime
of
nonsense in like a
shield
good
some
way.
idiot to parry to make me happy. However, magic is nice in small doses, and whenever I want to embrace my inner weeb, Mystic Spearhand
I kind of dig
is
her,
right there.
character.
Spearhand's vocation ability is
The outfit,
Bolt,
I mean.
which has too many
It's
words,
very Jon
so I'm
Snow.
calling it Bolt from now on.
With the
Pressing
big furry
ability
shoulders.
sends out a weak bolt that staggers smaller enemies. This is what it feels like to get stumlocked, you stupid bitch. But when you hold down the
Is
button
this
for
the
3
same,
seconds, it changes into full betting
the
bolt,
same
which sends
YouTuber
out a
that
projectile that stuns
was the
target
Dragon's
for a few
Dogma video you
seconds,
showed last
allowing
week,
you
Sham?
to style on them with heavy attack or just whatever else you want.
I recognized
However,
the
if you
pawn
press the
that was
bolt
following
button
around, the
right
big
as it
dude
hits
with the
an
wings
enemy,
on his side of his
sends
head.
out a shockwave that stuns other enemies in the surrounding area. The shockwave will usually not hit other enemies if there's something or someone blocking
I
the
forget
way,
his name.
so it's best used
Chonk
when all
Lord,
the
yeah,
enemies
okay.
are lined up next to each other.
That was the
Now, if you
one.
hold
I
the
recognized
bolt button down
Chonk
for
Lord
10
walking behind her.
Instead of 3, it supercharges and can stun
Hey,
enemies for
Creamy.
longer and apply a
Sorry,
great
way
slowing
too
effect on
creamy
large
for you.
targets. Bolt is your most basic defense as Mystic Spearhand, stopping enemies in their tracks.
That's a
and
good name
allowing
for a
control of
Pornhub
the
profile.
battlefield. Holding Bolt doesn't consume stamina, but it prevents stamina recovery. So if you're greedy like me and always holding it down, you may find yourself with not enough stamina for the super sexy combo you were planning just now. Another thing about forebedding Bolt
As
is that
as
you
good as
press
everyone
jump
makes
right
this
after it
spear
hits
hand to
an
be,
enemy
I don't think I would
teleport
use it if
to
I
them
played the
for a
game.
very easy and convenient gap close. Bolt may take a bit of getting
Gonna check
used
it
to,
out later.
but it's
What,
really
Pornhub?
good and smoothly fits into Spearhand's kit. You can charge Bolt at basically any time, whether you're walking, running, jumping, attacking,
Good
or you're
luck.
in the middle of a combo. You can hold down the button to get it charging, so you can release it whenever you need to.
I'm
When
not a
you
big
use
fan
the
of like
bolt on one
spear
enemy
kind of
to do an
weapons in action
execution,
games.
you can charge Bolt for the
Because I don't think I'd
duration of
like
the
to use it one in
execution
real life,
animation,
so I
and it
can't
will be
really,
charged
I don't really
by
get the
time you
immersion from
finish
it.
allowing you to keep chain stunning enemies until you get knocked on your ass, that is. Spearhand has god-awful knockdown resistance. They will gladly spend 300 years on the floor if an enemy so much as breathes in their direction. I recommend dwarf
Those
smithing your
trolls
armor.
just
Every
started
location
rolling
should
her.
have dwarf smith armor, honestly.
Just kicking her on the
knockdown
ground.
bonuses are just too good.
Realistic. Whoa.
You can also pair this with the rank 6
That troll
source
just
level
do a-
constancy for 30%
a
knockdown
double foot
resistance,
plant,
which
like
is
drop
absolutely
kick?
insane, by the way. Instead of spending 300 years
That
on
was
the
like
floor whenever you
WWE
get hit,
move
you'll only spend
from a
200.
giant.
Spearhand naturally has its basic light attack, as well as a heavy attack that shoots out a magic damage arc. Now if you press light attack really fast, you can activate your helicopter mode, which is really good damage for downed enemies until you get your Meister skill.
Nice. Does it just keep going? God damn.
Skill talk time. The next 4 skills I'm going to be talking about are the ones I personally like using. I recommend you play
I was
around
about to
and
say
see what you
Maximum
like
Crane
best,
should stop
but
using
these are
Comic
the ones
Sans
I use. The first skill you
in their
get upon
text.
unlocking Spearhand is Dragon Stab. All of these
That's not
skill
in Comic
names are
Sans,
really
but the
bad,
last one
so
was.
I'm just gonna make up my own.
But then I
Let's call
remembered
this one
the
Dragon
channel's
Dash.
called
It
Maximum
looks like
Cringe,
this.
so I guess
Great
Comic
gap
Sans actually
closer, good
fits.
stagger, can use it to dodge, whatever. Then we've got Sky Dragon's Festi. I'm just gonna call it Uppy Downy. Uppy Downy is pure dopamine. It's a dodge followed by a downward strike, which lets you counter attacks or even mount enemies. If you time it perfectly, you'll see a golden flash with a tiny bit of slow-mo, dealing more damage. You
Oh,
can
there's like a
use Uppy
parry.
Downy even if you're in the air, or just after a Dragon Dash. I like using it to dodge Drake down slam
It does seem a bit
attacks, but it's
broken.
important to note that whatever you do not land on the Drake when you do this. When a Drake is in its slamming down animation, standing on it will automatically trigger the ragdoll state, so if you accidentally land on the Drake while doing the Uppy Downy through its ground slam, you will flop to the ground and get bodied. I hate it. Talking about war crimes, this happened to me during my first 5 minutes of ever
Now
playing
she's got the wings on
Spearhand.
her head. Just like Chonk Lord did.
I usually position myself near one of the Drake's wings when he does his
For a second I
ground
thought that
slam,
was going to be
just
their
avoid the possibility of getting ragdolled
her
in case
team's
my toe so much as
uniform,
grazes his body.
essentially.
Next up is Ravenor's Hond. It's a stamina suck. That's what it is. You suck stamina from an enemy or even a dead body. Thanks to this skill, most of Spearhand's stamina issues evaporate into thin air. Actually, could you just not use stamina curatives instead of dedicating a whole skill slot to it? Well, if you want your character lugging around 80 kilos worth of stamina curatives, go ahead. I quite like having movement speed personally. Besides, nothing feels better than having a self-sufficient moveset. Then there's Wild Fury. Fury. This one is easy to say, so I guess I'll keep its name as is. Spamming
That's
this
pretty
skill
hectic.
activates a flurry of
That's basically
attacks
just
where
going
you're joined
feral.
by a clone of yourself. Your real body deals
Oh,
physical
clone
damage,
feral.
while your clone deals
Double
magic.
feral.
Because of this, dwarven smithing your duo spear is well worth it for both the strength and magic scaling, as well as the glorious knockdown bonuses. I love dwarven smithing so much, god bless you, Sarah. Talking about knockdown, I run 2 rings of behemoths.
Character
with my
reminds me of,
Spearhand. I run the same 2 rings on
Olivia
almost every
Wilde for some
location
reason.
because I'm a KD
There's something about her
fiend,
face
but
that
it
was
actually
very
works
Olivia
really well
Wilde.
for Spearhand. Your attacks will topple enemies over incredibly often. Naturally, Spearhand has plenty of other skills, like this magic cannon one. This is more of a fuck slimes laser beam, although the stagger damage is nothing to sneeze at. The last one I want to mention is the telekinesis spell with another dumb name. This one isn't very strong. I don't recommend
Oh, it's
it.
just telekinesis. You're just literally Jean Greying everybody.
Okay, I like this one. This is a great skill. Oh, there's also a shield spell which nullifies the damage your party takes.
That's
for a
right, I
time,
use
but
Jean
that's
Grey as a
pretty
verb.
cringe. Why would you use a boring shield when we have the super cool uppy downy skill instead?
Playing the music from
Items I
Devil
use
May
with
Cry
my
3.
spear hand are as follows: metal for 30% more physical
Fitting.
defense, apotropasm for 30% more magic
Is
defense,
the
few for 10 kilograms.
Golem's
added to
got
the
like
carry
weak
weight.
points
I
like
play
Shadow the
Mystic Spear Hand
Colossus?
Solo, okay, I need
Oh,
that
look at
dump
the-
truck augment.
the
Dominance
wet
for
stones in the
15%
rain.
added knockdown
That was
power.
nice.
Does this even need an explanation? Constancy
I
for
kind of
30% knockdown
stopped
resistance
thinking of Dragon's
for
Dogma
reasons that
2
I
as
went
like
over earlier. The
that
sixth
impressive
augment is a flex
a
slot,
game
so you can
visually.
basically put whatever
Like,
you
'cause I got
like
just
here.
too
You
used
might
to
have
how
noticed
it
that
looks.
aside from dominance, I have
But,
no offensive orientated augments
Seeing the
slotted.
puddles
That's
of
because
water on the
augments
cobblestone
like
street in the
boost
rain was
strength or
actually
boost
a
magic
reminder that
are
this game
complete
actually does look
garbage in
pretty good.
Dragon's Dogma 2. In the first game, Behemoths gave 10% strength, while Clout gave 20%. Then we
The
had
hell's he doing?
Attunement for 10% magic, and Acuity
This is the
for
game I need to
20%.
play.
The strength boosting augment Verve
gotta go
from
back and play the
82
first one.
gives 30. And no, it's not a percentage, it's a flat 30 to your strength stat in a game where your stats are in the hundreds and thousands. Now there are augments like Polarity, which boosts your strength and magic by 5%.
That parry
which
is
just not
pretty
worth
good though.
slowing. It's
I
both a
like
flat boost,
parries and
sure,
counters
but I'm
in
not
action
wasting an
games.
augment slot on
Things that
5%
require
more
like
damage.
juicy
Meanwhile,
timing.
augments like Metal,
So I think that
Apotropasm,
is one of my
and
favorite thing
Constancy are
about the
incredibly
spear.
strong, with 30% boost
I like
to your
seeing that
defensive
little
stats.
counter
That
down
being
stab
said,
thing.
Mystic Spearhand still absolutely slays even with no damage augments. Not that they'd make much of a difference in the first place. When I fight large bosses as Spearhand, I use Dragon Dash or Bolt for gap closing, maybe even an uppy downy to mount the creature, or simply stick to avoiding attacks
Mount.
with it. Your main source of damage is Wild Fury. Now this combo is insanely complicated, so make sure you pay close attention. I actually recommend grabbing a notebook, so I'll wait here while you go grab one, okay?
No, I
Alright,
don't
so
have
what
pens
you
or
do
paper
is you
anymore.
go-
This is 2024.
Oh shit, I'm out of stamina.
Oh wow. Did she just suck stamina from the face of that dragon?
No, I'm out of stamina again.
Whoa. What's happening? How are you doing this?
I know that was incredibly complicated and difficult to understand.
And
but
now we're
don't
on Devil
worry,
May Cry
I'm sure
5
you'll get it in
soundtrack.
time. Is there anything else I wanted to say?
There's Chunk Lord.
Oh, rest in peace, Mystic Knight. Mystic Spearhand ended up being way more fun than I anticipated, putting itself as my third favorite vocation of all time. I
Third?
look forward to properly mastering it one day.
What's the other two? I mean, you probably watch more of the videos, Sham. Oh, it's this Devil May Cry 5 song. I've heard this so many times. There are covers of this on YouTube. Stab him in the neck. Do it. Fighter main, that's number 1. So just straight up generic fighter is number 1. Mystic Spearhand's number 3. Number 2, Lady of the Night. The prostitute class. You basically solicit yourself to the enemy, and if your charm roll ticks off, then the enemies have their way with you and they go about their day.
Actually, I forgot to
Fight
mention
avoided,
the funny
experience
skill.
gained.
Unto Heaven is a funny haha
All
meme
kinds
skill,
of
and I know
experience
exactly
gained, if you know
who
what I
to
mean.
use it on.
You now know how to make an ogre ejaculate. Cup the balls, tickle the hairs. That man just got wrecked for some reason. Oh, why have you done this? That man is gone. Oh, he's back.
Special thanks to my patrons as
He's a magic
always
man.
for their support. Just letting you know that brand new Chonklord feet pics from DD2 have been added to the patron-only chat channel in my Discord server. Here is a preview of one of the pics. If you want to see the rest of them, give me your money, you dingus. I'm not giving
She has a
Chonklord skin out
Patreon for
free.
feed pics of game characters. That's cool. You know, I started a Patreon just to see how it worked, just to like see the back end and see like what the stuff was. But I haven't actually done anything with it. Haven't used it. It's just like this random page with like a $5 to buy me a coffee kind of link. And then once I figured out how the whole thing worked, I was like, okay, cool. And I moved on. I'm not an important enough person to actually have a Patreon that, you know, does anything useful. Blip. Okay. Magai. Mr. Sham. I need to rewind a little bit back to what I was saying at the start of the stream, probably before you came back. One of the things I wanted to make sure to jump on tonight before I forget, the Penguin. There's a trailer out, and we could have watched it last week, and I didn't know it was out. I want to see what this Penguin looks like. Which, you know, it'll look like Colin Farrell and shitloads of makeup. Enough that you don't know it's Colin Farrell. The hub is calling you. If you see way too creamy for you there, see how he's going. It sounded like that's where he went off to. What makes this so impressive is that the Penguin doesn't even look like Colin Farrell. Yeah, we've been saying that since the movie. People still can't get over it. In fact, the second comment is, I will still never get over the fact that this is Colin Farrell. I cannot wait for him to choose scenery on the show. Same. It's almost like, you know what? I want to see more villain movies in the Matt Reeves universe. I'm keen for more Pattinson Batman, that's fine, but I want to see more of his takes on the villains, because so far that's been like the real hit and stuff. Alright, I'll see you later, Sham. I'll catch you next time. Good night. Good luck. Penguin time. Not with the captions. I hate those little teasers. I'm so sick of them.
When I was a kid, there was a gangster. Real old school type. Rex Calabrese. He was a big deal.
Rex Calabrese is the most Italian gangster name I've ever heard in my life.
You saw you on the street?
Love it.
Call out to you. When I'm 14 or something, he has a heart attack and dies. Still holding a cigar.
That's pretty rare for
in my neighborhood.
Men involved in that life of crime, that gangster shit, to die of a heart attack.
A freaking parade.
Most of them die of violence.
I mean, it wasn't fancy.
To go out from fairly natural causes, sort of lucky.
Show love. What he meant.
Colin Farrell is really good at this character. That Oodie almost became part of the soundtrack.
Can you imagine to be remembered like that?
This is such a good way to get backstory and character development for villains. Like, if you could, establish the existence of a character in a movie like The Batman, but then explore the character in like a TV show that fleshes them out, makes you understand them. Maybe relate, maybe not, but at least understand them. And then they come back in their own movie. You know what I mean? Like, you tease his existence. He's just sort of in the background of one movie. You go into him on a TV show, and then he gets his own... one of the next Batman films is his starring vehicle as the villain. And then we have all this like background on the villain to understand where they are in the world, what they mean to everything, what their whole deal is, the relatability of how what their outlook is. And then it makes things more interesting and complex when we have to see them go through the things they go through. And that makes it more complicated when the hero and the villain have to square off. Which is what the best superhero movies do. When they get you to understand the villain in a way that's like genuinely human, the melodrama is heavier. Because you don't necessarily want to see them lose or die. You just know that because of how far they've come and what they're trying to do now, you understand how they got there. That part might be relatable, but you understand why they need to be stopped. And you know that that's kind of like a given end point. You know where the journey's taking us, but you don't feel great about it. It's like Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock. Like, once he goes a little crazy from the AI and the tentacles or whatever, he turns a little bit mustache twirly. But the thing is, throughout that whole movie, you understand where he came from, his friendship with Peter, like all these things. You don't actually want anything bad for Octavius. You kind of wish he could be redeemed or rehabilitated from where he went, like what went down, what went wrong with him. So at the end, when he has to face off against Spider-Man and when he comes around and actually sacrifices himself to fix the problem he started, it's bittersweet. You know it has to happen, but you feel bad about it. And that's the good stuff. That's the sauce. You want to feel bad that the villain has to die because you really do understand how they think and how they got there. But you also know that it can't be. For the world to go back the way it was, for the status quo to be reestablished, something has to happen to them. And it sucks, but it is what it is. Nobody wants to see these villains anymore that are just like, what would you say? I mean, I already said it, mustache twirling. You don't want these evil, I'm going to take over the world and kill all the orphans people, because that doesn't make sense. People aren't just evil. They got to where they got for a reason. And it makes sense to them. And you need to help make it make sense to the audience so they understand this person before they have to clash with the protagonist. And then it's like ideals. Then we've got clashing ideals and it's interesting. I did see this clicking around. I don't know what this is. Cuckoo. Official trailer, Neon Cinemas. What is Cuckoo? 3 days ago. Yeah, I've seen this related thing come up on the side a few times. But, I don't necessarily know what this is. Might be horror? Wait. The resort in the German Alps. 17-year-old Gretchen. Something doesn't seem right in this tranquil vacation paradise. This sounds like horror. This sounds like horror.
I really want to go home. You're getting back.
Oh boy.
How was your journey?
Very pleasant, thank you.
Gretchen, come say hi.
Wait, is that?
What's up?
Hold up. I know him. Wait, where's the names of the... Dan Stevens. Holy shit. Dan Stevens is like so amazing at playing interesting characters in like indie thriller horror stuff. Like he's so good in The Guest.
Why would you have heard about me?
Oh, the hills are alive with the sound of someone screaming. Screaming blue murder.
This happens sometimes.
What is happening?
You look like you don't belong here.
The characters are kind of trippy.
Why is there nobody working the reception after 10?
I want you to lock the doors and wait for me. I will come pick you up right now.
Don't trust Dan Stevens. That might be him running in the cloak. He's gonna get you. Oh, that's not Dan Stevens. That's a crazy lady.
If I were you.
Oh, they had to... Someone had to rotoscope that woman's body to get the text behind her. Dan Stevens has the lightest blue eyes I've ever seen on a man.
Your family.
They almost look like contacts.
That's a fucking weird way to put it.
You told the police that you were chased by a woman.
This is really interesting.
I'm crazy.
What the fuck?
Nature is quite remarkable.
Oh, it feels so good.
Why does he have a machine gun?
Some species need our help.
There's a lot going on here.
Giving you the chance to be of great use in our quest for preservation.
This is some crazy cult that has like made by scientists with their own underground labs and they're doing stuff to people. Making ghoulies.
Consider yourself lucky.
Cuckoo. So they're gonna play up the everyone plays her off as crazy, but she's not actually crazy. There's this creeper's doing creepy things. Oh, there's Nick Frost. There's something very... I don't know how to put it. Dan Stevens seems to find himself in these thriller horror things that all have this mock 70s aesthetic. It's like these movies that kind of like steal the vibe, or maybe steal the vibe is not a fair comparison or explanation, description. Like these movies that are like tributes to like 70s thrillers. Dan Stevens seems to have been in like 3 or 4 of them now. I don't know how he keeps on getting typecast as that that handsome actor that's in that weird movie that looks like it was made in the 70s. Which movie is that? I don't know, take your pick. Half his movies that he's done. Like The Guest had the exact same tone as this. Not as much the horror, it's more of a slasher, not a spooky spook one. But yeah, same old school vibe. I blame Dan. I think his presence just turns movies into this. I don't know why. He brings the aesthetic with him. Kind of like those people that when they go on vacation, they take the weather with them. And ruin it for everybody else. Hey, Tenor. What's up? Crazy House? Nick Frost. Oh my god, it's a movie with Nick Frost, but without Simon Pegg or the director mate that made Shaun of the Dead. Tenor brings the rain with him. Fuck, what's his name? I don't like, not Shaun of the Dead. Edgar Wright. It's very rare to see like Nick Frost without either Simon Pegg or Edgar Wright around. You don't know why and how. It's magic. It's Tenor magic. I need to see what this Nick Frost situation is. Hang on. Also want to know what Baghead is. That looks freaky. The Relateds are pumping out some juicy stuff. Also, Boy Kills World has got a Red Band trailer. I will accept this. And Project Apodum has an official cinematic trailer. I'll have this. I don't know what any of these things are that I just tabbed. HBO Max has something called Turtles All the Way Down. I like Turtles. I'll have that. And Dead Boy Detectives by Netflix. I'll have that too. Yay, I have things. Deb. Alright. Which is the first one I clicked on? Where's the one with Nick Frost? Did I even click on it? Crazy House with a K. Mortal Kombat spelling. Wait, this is not even the Anxious Dude Productions. No copyright infringement intended. I want to share this on YouTube from Twitter. Oh, this is not the official. Let's just see if there's an official trailer. So we can give people the right views. Crazy House. Teaser trailer. Nope. 3 days ago. Did they not put their own trailer on YouTube? Some rando had to do it? Splendid Films. Hang on. This might be them. It's a different language.
Here we go.
Okay. Splendid Films might be something to do with this. Crazy. Are you doing the Crazy Taxi bit with Crazy House? Alright, let's run it. It looks like there's going to be guns and violence. Nick Frost is already covered in blood.
Here we go.
Oh wait, this is... what the fuck?
Guys, come on. Crazy House. Anyone? It's a crazy
Wait, what's happening? It's a sitcom?
Get the door.
Where is this going?
What can I help you guys with?
We fix, no problem.
God works in mysterious ways.
We gotta get your camera.
Do criminals invade a sitcom?
What? How is this even?
Hey there, folks. Everything going okay in here?
I'm so tripped out right now.
Maybe.
We'll leave when we find you.
Find what?
Go! Go! You! Come his ass!
Wow.
We're never gonna make it out of here alive. Help us!
What a fucking crazy concept.
Bernie.
Criminals hijack a sitcom.
Jesus Christ. Why is all this happening?
I'm sorry. I should have been there for you. I'm doing my best, though.
That's all a man can do. You're not Santa Claus.
This is the most Nick Frost has ever played a character. He's doing like a big dentured lisp kind of thing. And I guess he's gonna go full John Wick on him.
Get out of my house!
Damn, dude. Escalated. And there's a ghost, and someone had a brain. This gets weird.
Crazy House. Crazy House is taped in front of a live studio audience.
I don't think it is. Oh well, they're dead now.
Oh gosh. What a mess.
Wait, I'm so confused. So, it's a sitcom in the world as well? Like, the audience is actually there and the bad guys take over the studio? Or in the world of the sitcom, is that real? And it just changes from sitcom to, like, action movie? Because that last bit really threw me a little bit. Reminds you of Violent Night? Yeah. There's a lot of movies like this now where someone has to go vigilante, revenga. That last part threw me a little bit. It's hard to wrap my head around. Stop this. I'm kind of glad I found that, though. That was really interesting. I need to show that to some people. It's fascinating. Crazy House. What did I just accidentally open now? Oh, Dead Boy Detectives by Netflix. Welcome to the Dead Boy Detective Agency. Why is it called Dead Boy? Edwin and Charles are best friends and ghosts. And the best detectives... Oh, so they're two teenagers that died, and now they're ghost detectives? Isn't that what Yu Yu Yakusho is? What's the anime where it's like... Ghost detective? Okay, wait. There's another one. There's a kid with glasses I'm thinking of. It's like a ghost... Hang on, let me type it in. Anime... Ghost... Detective... Oh, there's that kid. That's the kid I was thinking of. Who's he? It won't actually tell me. Detective Conan. There's always one truth. I don't know if it's actually something to do with ghosts or spirits or not. I just remember this kid's face. Is Yu Yu Yakusho also like Detective Ghost Show? Was I correct about that? I've never watched it. They made Parasite series? Yeah, we watched the trailer for the movie, I think last Sunday. Or the Sunday before that. In fact, I think there's another trailer for it. Yeah. Parasite the Grey. Official trailer 2 weeks ago. I think that's the one that we watched. No, we watched the teaser that I think is older than that. So that might be a new Parasite trailer. I'll check in a second. Let's just see what the Dead Boy Detectives is. Is this adapted from an anime? Comic series from Neil Gaiman. Sandman universe. Oh my god, really? Okay, that changes things a bit. So it's a series by Neil Gaiman, but it's connected to the universe, the Sandman universe. So Netflix is just now making their own Neil Gaiman shared universe on their streaming platform. I suppose. The Netflix version was not so bad. Oh yeah, we watched the trailer for that too. I forgot about that completely. I remember there was a scene where he gets hit by a car really savagely, and then I guess he's dead. And can do a spirit bomb thing with his finger. Or what the hell that was. Let's just watch this.
Allow me to welcome you to the Dead Boy Detective Agency.
Are these the dead boys?
We help ghosts resolve their mysteries.
How'd they die?
Ghosts who cannot let go.
Dead Boy Detectives?
It's aces, right?
One looks a bit prissy and one looks a bit punk. Oh my god, here comes My Chemical Romance.
I've heard you're the best.
Good choice.
We help ghosts whose cases would go unsolved. The cases no one else can.
Oh my god, Black Parade is so good. But this is like a ghost version of it.
Come on, having a psychic is paying off.
A ghost cover.
Absolutely not joining the agency.
You know I can totally hear you guys.
We're pretty bang on detectives when we're not hiding from death.
So they can be seen and also touch things? They're tangible?
But the technicality.
Sorry, I've got to take you to hell.
Oh, that looks like something out of a
These two boys
Guillermo del Toro movie.
cheating death.
It looked like the vampires from Guillermo's Blade sequel.
Are my best mate. I wouldn't want to be dead with anyone else.
I want to know how they died.
This sweet moment got really heavy.
And I think that girl with the blonde, the Asian girl with the blonde hair might be, was her name Kimiko from Deadpool? If she's not the same actress, then I feel really racist for
And no one ever saw
not being able to tell them apart.
I'm not going back to hell.
I just want to help. It does matter.
I wonder if we're going to get to see characters from Sandman cross over with this. Damn. Holy shit. Anglerfish are really scary to me. I don't like anglerfish.
We have to help. Even if it's scary, and the odds are bad, and we might die horrifically.
Nico, that was amazing.
Thank you. Oh, did you guys know zombies are real?
Well, after everything we just saw, I don't think zombies would really surprise me. Got a cool, very colorful neon aesthetic. A lot of day-glow neon. Groovy. Anyway, I thought that was going to be cringe, but that was cool. But it is based on something that has legit clout. The Neil Gaiman stuff and Sandman. Look colorful but kind of so-so. I think I was easily sold once My Chemical Romance's Black Parade dropped on the soundtrack. But also visually it was nice. You're right, like the colorful stuff, the whole aesthetic, cinematography, the colors, all that stuff was very pleasing to look at. It was groovy. Netflix has got some interesting stuff going on, but then again, that's what they've kind of been doing for the last few years. They always seem to have something funky happening. Good for them. Let's go to this Parasite the Grey trailer. Hopefully it's not the same one that we saw on a previous Sunday stream.
그러니까요. 오늘만 강력범죄 세 번째입니다. 어때 상태가?
No, this is different. I definitely haven't seen this. This is more plot.
아니 차에 받쳤다면서 무슨 소리?
She died and got parasited.
몇 달 전
This come out 2 days ago.
전 세계 전역에
This might have been the
이
proper trailer they
기생충들을
dropped
중이
with the
인간의
show
머리를
coming out.
빼앗아 버립니다.
Look at those effects. Groovy.
이 안에 있는 기생생물이다. 너랑 내가 합치지 않았다면 둘 다 모두 죽었을 거야.
So is she a good parasite? That's gonna fight the bad parasites?
하고 우리를 쫓고 우리를 학살하려 하고 있습니다.
정체가 뭐지? 섞여 있는 건가 인간과.
인간 흉내를 잘 내는다.
넌 우리에게 위협이다.
Yeah, she's gonna be like the one in between the humans and the parasites.
서로 돕고 살자.
내일 새벽 해 뜨기 시작할 때 소탕 작전 돌입합시다.
Oh my god. Something very upsetting about people's faces turning into tooth flowers. Flowers made of teeth. Her whole thing seems to be doing the one tentacle from the side of her face. To use it like a whip knife. Different parasites seem to have different MOs. Yeah, she loves that shit.
결국 너랑 나랑은 함께 살아갈 수밖에 없어.
Hey, that was actually cool. The teaser kind of suggested that might be what's going on, but like the teaser always is just like a look how cool this feels, and in the trailer, the official trailer is the one that actually gives you plot. Now we know actually what's happening. It's not related to the original manga anime. So, do the live actions just kind of make up their own version of events? They're not actually adapting it direct? Interesting. That's the teaser, I think. That might be the one we watched on stream recently. Maybe. Live action is what happened in Korea during the anime manga events. Oh, so it's like, it takes place in the same universe as the events of the manga and anime. It's just its own story in a different location. I kind of like it when they do that, where they expand on the media property. It's not just like the movie version of an anime or book. It's like the book, the anime, the movie, like every different, the video games, they all are their own things taking place in the same universe. Matrix was trying to do that. The Matrix is trying to do like movies, MMOs, regular video games, comics. Like they were trying to make the anime that they did, the Animatrix, basically everything was meant to be its own thing that takes place in the same universe that expands lore, rather than just copying each other. The same version in different mediums. Just less exciting. In the manga, they appeared in the whole world, but it showed only Japan. Oh, so it is actually meant to be international, but they just focused on Japan. I remember seeing footage from the anime. It's kind of horrifying. It looked pretty legit, the live action stuff. It looks kind of like what I remember. Okay. Yeah, I heard the anime was good. What's Baby Reindeer? It's gonna stay on Netflix for a sec.
I really don't know where it's gonna end. I think one of us is gonna have to die now.
Oh fuck. Some taxi driver shit.
Stalking you?
Yeah, like 6 months maybe.
Why'd it take you so long to report it?
I think she needs help. She comes to my work, my house. She
Whoa.
sends me emails like all the time.
Are any threatening towards you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's particularly threatening.
There's a reason
What
you're
would you
keeping
do
her
about
out,
that?
maybe it's
Some
how she
random
gives
just
you.
kind of like
Got really
stalking
manly
you,
hands,
but not
haven't
doing
you?
anything.
Chiseled jawline. Should we run away together?
No, this is scary, man.
So you're a comedian?
And it's a true story?
It's not going
Fuck.
well.
So is that a question?
Somebody hurt you, didn't they? Who was it?
Martha, can you let go of my hand now, please?
Martha, please let go.
Yeah, this is scary. This is making me think of that Stephen King book, Misery. Ugh. Parasocial fan. But in this case, of a dude that works at a bar and is a comedian.
Please welcome to the stage, Don.
I'm really worried here.
He's the move.
You can't let her affect us like this.
It's not her affecting us, it's you.
I miss you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is my stalker. Say hello to Martha.
Don't you say that to me! Apologize to me right now!
No.
Can't take my mum anywhere.
You're shy.
I mean,
You indulge.
I guess the concern is she might like sneak into your house at night and stab you while you're sleeping. I mean, that's the whole issue with stalkers. You don't know what they're gonna do.
Look, Martha, just go back home.
I have a sneaky feeling you might be the death of me.
No. No, no, no. No. I can't tell if that's meant to be scary or funny. Like, the trailer kind of plays it off like it's kind of funny. But it's not. It's actually really freaky. Good lord. I feel really bad for that man. God, I don't know what I would do in that situation. That's awkward. The fact that it's based on a true story, I mean, I know stuff like that happens a lot for various different reasons, but that's, I think, what makes it more unsettling. It's not just some weird black comedy, it's like actually a true thing. Blech. Kinds of Kindness. Searchlight Pictures. I see Willem Dafoe and that Jesse Plemons guy. I like him. The Dead Don't Hurt. Official trailer in theaters May 31st. Shout Studios. The Dead Don't Hurt. Have I heard of that before? It looks like a Western. Where have I seen that before? Let me grab that too. Ooh. Also, that's that, this top thumbnail. That's the guy that's from all those, I forget his name, but he's from all the Seth Rogen movies, the comedies. Okay. I need to know what this is, because he very rarely gets to play a leading role. You can make a court case about violation of privacy. I mean, some people just get so freaked out and feel so trapped by stuff like that, they don't know what to do, and they fear taking things like that too far. Like if they go to the police, like it might escalate the situation and something worse might happen. You know, it's one of those things.
While we every day bear witness to the catastrophic ecological collapse that is plaguing our planet, we must not forget that this is, above all, a human crisis.
Apocalypse?
Oh,
it's Shudder.
Of this government doing whatever
it's going to be a somewhat cheap horror film, I guess.
Wars have opposing sides. Humanity is the opposing side.
There he is.
We are engaged in nothing less than a life and death struggle against our own extinction.
Is he the main character of this or not?
We are so happy you all joined us tonight for a family dinner.
What is going on?
I'm sorry, what?
We decided to enlist. What?
Enlist for Death? Was that the did I just see the name Cronenberg?
Sorry, I can't do it. I will always love you.
Hi, I'm Bob.
Oh my god. So you have to volunteer to die on behalf of humanity? Because there's not enough food and resources to go around?
But we're here to collect 2 bodies.
I already told you Dawn left.
And that's unfortunate.
Holy shit.
But the rules are the same for everybody. Think about your lives. I'm sure one of you is going to realize that it's not all that great.
I haven't seen that actor in a while.
I know we're
He used to be in like comedy
but
sitcoms and stuff.
if Bob needs a second body, it's not gonna be mine.
What are they still doing in the house?
You know, based on my experience in similar situations, I want to say, yeah, killing one another.
They are. This is giving away a little bit too much, though.
You think I'm the bad guy?
Actually, I remember his name.
I'm doing
Seth
important
Rogen's
work to
mate.
save the planet. We
We can get through this, but we have to stick together.
So
it's been a hell of a night, huh?
So I think the mom and dad of that family, they enlisted themselves to be voluntarily killed for the sake of the Earth's population. Global environmental collapse forces world leaders to take extreme measures to reduce Earth's population. Yeah. Caitlin Cronenberg. It's another Cronenberg. Jay Baruchel's the guy's name I was thinking of. So the mum pikes out and runs, which means the dad gets killed because they said they need one more body. So the dad goes through with it because he said he would. Sticks to his guns, good willpower. And they need someone else in the family to take the mum's place because there has to be 2 deaths. And then the remaining family, I guess, escalate and start killing each other to be the last man standing. I have a feeling they're going to end up with more than 2 bodies by the end of that movie. They did show us too much. With trailers like that, you don't have to watch the movie. Yeah, that happens a lot. Why everyone covers from the sun? Oh, you're talking about that shot where
The opposing.
he was peeling the dimming tape off the windows? I don't know, some people do that just for... It's like putting sunglasses on your windows. You still get sun, but it's not like bright in your face. Nice chill sun. Okay. Let's check out... This might be not worth it, but I'm going to try the Red Band trailer for Boy Kills World, because that was a very good trailer, but I don't know if the Red Band trailer is a new trailer or not, or if it's the same one we saw with more goobers. Goobers, Valencia. Gonna be more blood. Yeah, okay, this is a different opening. This must be a completely new trailer.
Lovely.
Revenga. Here comes Pennywise. He got buff.
This feels important. This is the whole plan.
You cannot go in guns a-blazing. Security's going to be airtight.
Deeply confused.
I didn't realize he was deaf and mute. For some reason I thought he was just mute. Here comes the violence. Here comes the Red Band. Someone's gonna make a video game out of this.
I saw this man take down an entire squad.
I did do that.
He killed over 100 men.
Slight exaggeration.
With his bare hands.
Definitely not true.
I can see what Sam Raimi saw in this.
Wait.
You forget who controls the narrative.
Not exactly how I plan to go.
Wonder who the chick in the yellow and black motorcycle outfit is.
And lights.
None of the trailers have really explained her.
Shit.
Rejoice!
R-rated Looney Tunes on acid. Good quote. Wait, who said that? Variety?
Read my lips.
The gun knuckle duster is cool.
You petulant little shit.
Yes, more from the gun knuckle duster. Oh my god.
Repeat the mantra. I am an instrument shaped for a... Damn it.
Could use a little bit more Red Band. It's so good hearing H. John Benjamin's voice.
That was cool.
That Archer voice is, I don't know, there's something ASMR about it. I just like hearing it. Reminds you of Boss Level without loops. It's definitely it's a video game, for sure. The first trailer that we watched a few weeks back, like, he literally gets the voice in his head from an arcade machine. Like, he plays this violent video game, and because he's deaf and mute and can't talk to people, he just thinks in the video game voice that he heard in the arcade. Which is why we get Archer's voice throughout the whole movie, narrating his brain. Anyway, that was worth it. I enjoyed that. La. Didn't I have more of these? Oh, I have 2 open. Whoops-a-doozles. Whoops-a-dizzles. We don't need all the trailers open at once. You goofball. Nope, shut up. Crazy House is still there. Oh, Baghead. That was another horror. There was a horrible thing in the thumbnail. I want to see what that's about. Someone inherits a rundown centuries-old pub. And there's going to be an oogity-boobity in the pub's basement. A baghead creature. I'm going to have Biscoff now before I see something disgusting. And it puts me off it forever. Oh, holy shit. There was a huge chunk of cookie in that one. That was a good scoop. You ruined my plan. Is that what you were aiming for? Ah. Jabranza.
My dad. He died.
I'm the solicitor of your father's estate.
My dad owned this place.
Wait, this looks familiar.
Many memories with him. This is all I have right now.
I think I've seen a trailer for this.
If you're watching this, then I'm already dead.
Yeah, I think I've seen a trailer for this already. I don't know if it's this one or if I saw a teaser. Yeah, by the producers of Barbarian. I remember this house. It's also very quiet. Yeah, there's so much Shudder lately, Ten. I don't know what the deal is with Shudder.
Come out, wherever you are.
There's a freak in the hole in the wall.
Iris. We shouldn't be here.
It has a bag on its head. It's a veritable baghead.
What is she?
She is the
What is she? She's a baghead. She's like a normal human with a head, except there's a bag on it.
I want to see her. Money's really no object.
I can't tell if I saw this trailer already, or if it was just a different trailer.
Only gives you 2 minutes. Sarah, after that, she's in control.
This is what I get for watching too many trailers.
What's going on?
I can't remember which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't. It's not funny that she was crawling across the ceiling. It's funny that they played that little quick violin piece.
This isn't something you can control.
Such a Looney Tunes horror movie creeper sound effect. Just to wiggly woo your violin.
I'm going to kill you.
You can't kill her.
I feel like, whoa, that man ripped his own face off. I don't think I would have seen that.
You cannot let her out of
I think maybe this is a newer trailer for something I've already seen. 47 minutes ago. It's okay, it's very fresh. So I've definitely seen an earlier trailer, like a teaser. But this is the proper one. I'm probably going to forget that I've seen that trailer again. The next time I see this movie in a theater or on streaming or another trailer for it, I'll just forget that I've seen it again. I feel bad, but whatever. The man ripping off his face looked cool. Oh, yeah, it sold. It was believable. What have you sent? Oh, is this that guy's other Toho short film? The guy that made the one we watched the other night? This is on lunatic mode. The way you can tell is because the small bullets on the 10 evil stars are pink. They're yellow on every other difficulty. There's a Toho fan right there. There's a big Toho fan. He knows the deets. It's one of the oldest. Caution. Toho incoming. Toho nerd. That was such a Toho nerd thing to write in the comments. That's why I was laughing. They all just working on that. I remember the chick in the green with the backpack. You only see her briefly in Lunar Nights. She's not really a big part of the story. She's like the shop, I think. I can kind of tell it's older. Like the style of the CG models and the art. It's a bit more plasticky. It's a bit more like toys. Still lots of action though. Still putting in heaps of effort. I don't know her. I don't think I've ever seen her before. She was the shopper and a twist villain boss. I didn't remember that part. It's been too long. It's a funky club beat. Toho always comes with like some pump and dance club beats to go with their rave visuals. There's always so many like lasers and light shows. You could play footage from like Toho stuff on the big projector screens in a nightclub while people are going nuts. On Molly. It would be fitting. Jesus Christ. I don't even know where these bullets are the guy in the comments is talking about. Like, where's the specific moment where he's nerding out? There's too much nerd happening. Some of those bullets aren't even like bullets, they're just suns. They're just a bunch of suns floating past. I don't recall seeing that, like, the fancy digital HUDs on people's faces in that newer video. Okay, the only downside to this early video of his, I think, like the art's fine. The animation and choreography is like really good for what it is. I think it's just the sound. Like, the only thing that gives away the amateur fan serviceness of it is the fact that like he didn't have the time or the inclination to like do actual sound design. It's just like one big techno beat in the background. The lava looks meh. Oh yeah, the lava is basically just like a stock element, I guess. She creates artificial suns. Cool. The music's not even that great during this part. It is cool how it sounds like a video game, like an old school retro video game. But it doesn't really go with the action. Yeah, if this was all like... If this was all actually scored, like if the music was designed to go with the action, and it actually had sound effects, like if it was all, if they foleyed the whole thing, I bet it would be like a lot more impactful. But it was probably one of those things where like it took him so long and it was so much effort just to do this, that the thought of going back to the start and then doing a full sound design pass on it, which would take another couple of months of effort, was probably just too much. That would have just been exhausting. He needs to collab with more creators, like have someone else do the sound design while he's working on the visuals. So the scenes that he's finished, he can give it to the sound designer and they can work simultaneously. Now we're getting Rave Club. This is where the glow sticks come out. I love her little chibi angels that shoot lasers for her. The chibi angels, do they all have sentience? The blonde one in the base controls the puppets to aid. Oh. So they're just robots? Because the way they like move around and they look at stuff and animate, it looks like they have their own little personalities. Like they actually know what's going on and they're doing stuff. Which is creepy, if they're sentient. Damn. Why are they doing this to each other, Tenna? Why the conflict? Can they not get along? Everyone's so pretty. They should be friends. Go have a boba tea. Jesus Christ. Why? Just saw her take some shots. Oh my god. Let's create a sun inside the Earth's core? Why? I want to prove that I can. I'm a waifu. I'm an Earth's core destroying waifu. I can create suns. Like Icarus who flew to crush the sun, except she made one. Too close to the Earth. Now all the other cute girls have to bullet hell her to death. Just tricked by a mountain god? Too much lore. Too much Toho lore. I still think they should all just like chill and have a boba tea. She made 2 little baby suns and a bunch of daggers. Holy shit. She made a black hole donut of suns. Frieza. With the finger. How's she dodging all this? There ain't no way. That's too much hell. The key to defeating someone, if you're a bullet hell boss, is to make so many bullets that there isn't actually any air in the room. Like there's nowhere to actually go, you just melt. Bye, bitch. Oh, almost upskirted her. Very careful camera placement there. That looks like the nuclear symbol down on the ground there. The shape that the lava ground was in. Jesus. Is this all been the same song? You don't like the music in this part? It's a bit generic, just electro dance. Like the kind of stuff you see in the harder songs in EDR. But has this whole piece been just one big song? Did they just find a 13-minute song and that's how long they had to animate for? It's like we just have to see it through. Make enough animation to fill this whole 13-minute track. Actually has the, what would you call those? The sunspots? You can see those waves of fire, those arcs of flame coming off the sun. She popped it. Now what? They all die? Hello? Not the best remix. Oh, that's an earlier video. Oh, come on. You just supernovaed the room. Oh, there's more during the credits. Until you tell me otherwise, I'm going to assume they're all dead now. What are we looking at? Is this a sun machine? Oh, she's alive. I popped your son, bitch. Give her a hug. Make her a boba tea. Oh, now they're friends. After all that bullshit? I swear so much Toho stuff is about some cute girls going psycho on each other. Like they're trying to desperately murder each other with over-the-top powers. And then everyone's friends again. There's a music. Nuclear fusion. Oh, there's more than one. Okay, it was multiple songs remixed together into one piece. There's a third song. He used Blender? Whoa, okay. Blender 2.7. What year was this? 6 years ago. I actually thought it was going to be older than that. That's not bad, using Blender to do all that. Because Blender is basically just popular because it's free. Like if you wanna dip your toes in some 3D modeling or animation, anyone can install Blender. It's not the best thing to use if you're like want to go next level with it. There are far better ways to do that stuff, but being able to just jump in Blender and pull that off is impressive. Oh, something else. Is this Toho music? It's more dance club mix. We're about to get down in the club. Some bullet hell down in the club. Oh, there's a seal. Let's grab our clubs. Get that seal. Fuck him up. Seal. Club. Seal. Club. Dancing in the club. Fucking seals up. Yeah. 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 Toho in the club. It's got some build. It's building. It's gonna drop. It's gonna drop harder than the tip of a club to a seal's forehead. No seals in my club. Where the fuck's the drop? Disappointed. It's taking too long to get to the drop. Denna. I'm upset. They dropped the drop? Yeah, the drop got dropped. That's not how we do things around here.
Break it up.
Break it up. Hello there. This is not bad. This is better than any of the songs in that that previous video. Does she have a nuclear machine in her arm? It's like a Mega Man Buster. What do they call that? Fuck, what do they call it? Buster? Not the Buster Sword, that's Final Fantasy. Mega Man Buster? That's definitely a nuclear symbol there. Is that actually make suns? Makes it with a sun hand. Mega Buster, thank you. Nyato must have accidentally connected his MIDI keyboard to a nuclear reactor. It sounds like bank robbing music? Really? I don't know where he got that from. I don't think it sounds like bank robbing music. The song radiates so much energy it gave me ear cancer. This is dope. Holy Man Angel battle noises. Unleash Holy Man before. Everyone loves it. It's popular. Her power is the ability to control nuclear fusion. Too dumb to use it properly. Nobody dumb should have any access to nuclear fusion. That is the most alarming thing I've heard in Toho lore so far. Dun, 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 dun. It's a funny plot. Oh, it's about done. Alright, we'll stop it there then. Bloop. Dub. Oh, Baghead's still open. Whoops. Baghead, what are you doing here? What's this? The Antisocial Network Means to Mayhem Netflix documentary. 1 day ago. There's a Netflix documentary about memes? What? Hang on.
Do we even know who is this 4chan
Oh my God.
person or website?
The
15 years
hacker
ago,
known as 4chan.
we were just dumbass kids having a good time, sharing jokes and memes on the internet.
Their name comes from their secret website.
4chan. It was things that you would not see anywhere
Wow, it's a
else
4chan
online except for
documentary.
here. There's definitely a lot of stuff that
Yes.
was super edgy.
Being totally anonymous gave young people the opportunity to vent their thoughts and opinions without
To be
being
fucking
judged for it.
assholes.
You just wanted another hit, viral imagery blasting in your eyeballs. You didn't want the party to stop.
Is he the
You
hacker known
started
as 4chan?
something And you never intended it for it to end up this way.
It did start to shift to people actually like trolling in real life.
If something drew the ire of Anonymous,
I don't know
it
if it
suffered.
made
leaders
a bunch
of
of people
Scientology.
nastier,
Anonymous
or if
has
it just let
decided that
nasty
your
people
organization should be destroyed.
be nasty more often and easily.
What
More
drives
easily.
user base numbers and revenue is anger.
So Facebook or Twitter is making more money as users are getting angrier.
This is very true.
As the internet gets 4chanified, it's easier than ever to make really dark, disgusting, or
Twitter is a
screwed
bit of
up
a
things.
hotbed of people
They
just
can
being
let
mad
it
at each other.
spawn in that environment
And toxic rage
till it
bait
spreads
clicking.
everywhere.
YouTubers as well.
We've all participated in undermining reality, but we never wanted things to turn into a living cartoon.
Spread the information. That's what QAnon asked us to do.
This never happened in the history of the world.
Where is this
And it's all
documentary
happening
going with
because
this?
of the internet.
There's no real end goal to a documentary like this because this is just the world. This is how the digital space is now and has been for a while and probably will be for a long time to come. Until some kind of digital apocalypse where we all end up having to be farmers again. I'm very curious to know where that's going to go, though. Like, where do you take a documentary like that? Where's the end point? Where do you end it? What's the takeaway? Now I kind of want to see it just to answer that question. All right, let's leave Netflix behind. And let's go to HBO Max. I want to know what this Turtles movie is. Turtles All the Way Down. The only description is your now is not your forever. Okay. Life has changed. Life has changed, man.
Host to a massive collection of parasitic organisms ready to cause infection, ready to cause infection, ready to cause infection. You can feel them living and breeding and dying inside of you.
Asa.
Is that Billie Eilish on the soundtrack? Eilish? It is.
This water has to be like 50% urine. That's the good half. Sorry.
I was thinking it's not fair.
Okay, so plenty of people with anxiety disorder have fulfilling
She has
romantic
anxiety.
relationships.
Hi.
Hi.
She has anxiety to Billie Eilish.
You and Davis used to be friends for one summer at camp. Look at you! You're literally aglow!
Are they gonna do it?
You can't date anyone, you know that.
I don't know that. Why can't you?
Because I have mental problems.
You're sweating. They probably think you're just a sweaty freak. You can't have
Yeah, she's got
boyfriend, you
severe
can't go to
social
college,
anxiety.
You can't even control your own brain.
Oh, it's a best-selling novel.
Really crazy. No, he doesn't.
New things aren't exactly my strong suit.
I'm sort of a new thing, and you're doing fine with me.
I swear to God, he's so smitten. How do you know?
I don't trust that
He doesn't
dude.
have eyes.
He's too pretty and boring.
Maybe because our hearts are broken in the same places.
He looks like a Skarsgård, like the youngest Skarsgård.
Actually kissed, you would not be thinking about 80 million microbes. Asa, for once in your life, do not overthink this.
Put your tongue in his mouth. There you go. Nom, 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 nom,
Something okay?
Taste the microbes. Accept the germs
What is going
through
on
the
with
anxiety.
You? Imagine being stuck in my head all the time with no break, no way out. Get me out!
A lot of my thoughts don't even feel like they're mine.
Now she's
Like,
dead.
I'm not the real
The rest of the
me.
movie is she's an anxiety ghost.
You won't feel that way forever.
But it's not forever. It's now.
Do you think I'll ever be able to actually be with someone?
You're the most fascinating person I've ever known. I love you.
And I know what it's like to have anxiety.
You know why? Because you never give up.
I guess that's what the story's
It's one of the
trying
things I love about you, no matter how scared
to
you
teach
are,
people.
You never stop trying.
What's that quote again? I minimize. Your now is not your forever. That's the one. I think that's the takeaway. That's the therapeutic takeaway from anxiety is you have to remember that there's no point in stressing about potential tomorrow or later things. Because that's what anxiety is always doing. You're overthinking the stuff that's coming at you. Whereas it's like, I think the thing you have to try and to break out of the anxiety trap, you have to try to remember to just be present in the now. It's like, it's not about worrying about all the things that might be. It's about you're here now and you're doing this thing. And that's all that matters. And everything else doesn't, whatever. It's too simple in a way. Like, it's important to try to break out of those mental traps, but ultimately that is a little bit too simple a way to live life, though, because, you do have to deal with stuff that need to be planned or forethought. You can't just ignore the tomorrow. That's not really how life works, but, I'm talking about mental health. Okay. While we're here, A24 has a movie thumbnail here called Janet Planet, which is a dope name. Don't know what it means, but I like it. It rolls off the tongue. I just want to watch it because it's A24. I'm a big fan of the A24 shit. They know what they're doing.
Can I hold your hand?
It's kind of hard for me to fall asleep when we're holding hands.
How about for a minute?
Oh, this is going to be like a single mother indie film. Drama. Hey, A24. Also, hello BBC.
You know what's funny?
What?
Every moment of my life is hell.
You actually seem very happy to me a lot of the time.
It's hell. I don't think it'll last, though.
I'm actually pretty unhappy, too.
Aw. Mom and daughter are both depressed.
You had a
The
headache
movie.
yesterday.
He thinks maybe I transferred it to him.
Is she an acupuncturist? Coming of age movie for the child?
So what do you do for fun, Lacey?
Is the child meant to be the main character? I thought it was the mom.
Wouldn't you rather be hanging out with your friends?
I don't have any friends.
Why?
I don't know. It's a complete mystery to me.
It's because you're a nerd.
But objectively,
And
you do
children
make
are
bad
mean.
decisions. Well, who knows?
Don't trust children. They lack empathy.
I've always had this knowledge.
I recognize this actress from somewhere. I recognize her face.
Fall in love with me if I really tried, and I think maybe it's ruined my life.
Can you stop?
Stop what?
Stop trying.
Your daughter telling you to stop trying?
There was nothing.
It kind of sounds like she's suggesting you commit
Nothing
suicide.
Came something. Bang. Everything changes.
That's
in
bleak,
an
child.
instant.
It's bleak.
What are we even talking about when we talk about mothers? So what do I do?
You want me to tell you what to do?
Yes.
Now she's taking advice from child. From depressed child. Not a good sign. That was kind of wholesome. I don't know if that looks like a feel-good movie or the opposite. A feel-very-bad movie. Yahtzee tries Bears in Space, Difficult Game Without Climbing, Pepper Grinder, and Frog Monster. Oh, cool. I'm going to watch that later in private. I like when Yahtzee does things. Anyway, wait, I got distracted. I feel like this is one of those indie wholesome drama movies that you watch and it's nice while you're watching it, but you don't remember having watched it. You just kind of forget it days later. Until one day it comes up and you're like, oh yeah, I have seen that. That was okay. That was decent, I think. Neat. I'm still on A24 side no matter what. They know what they're doing. What's Pool Man? Chris Pine, Danny DeVito. Huh? Excuse me? When was this? 2 days ago? Darren Barronman, a native Los Angeles who spends his days looking after the pool of a tiki apartment block, trying to make his hometown a better place to live. Tasked by a femme fatale to uncover the truth behind a shady bit. Oh, it's like modern LA noir. About a pool guy getting wrapped up in dodgy business by a femme fatale. Is the pool guy Chris Pine? Because a guy that looks like Chris Pine in LA could be a model.
Hey there, Los Angeles. You've reached Awesome Aquatic. Have an awesome aquatical day.
Jack, what am I tasting here?
This is so
my take
soft.
on Langer's egg cream. A little bit of cinnamon. It's brilliant.
I'm guessing Danny DeVito is one of the locals that he cleans the pool
Yeah,
for.
I mean, we could.
Mr. Berriman, welcome back. What is it today?
I have just finished a study of how we can make the bus schedule great.
Reggie?
Mr. Barronman, I'm June Del Rey.
Yeah?
Femme fatale.
Executive assistant to Councilman Stephen Torenkowski.
Who'd she be?
Stephen Sturdy. He's a threat to our great city.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a black
I need
lady
your
femme
help
fatale.
taking him down.
Like undercover.
Yes.
I'm not really trained. Can I get back to you?
For some reason, when I hear femme fatale in the context of old school noir, you always expect like a
We've got to get the women to
a white lady, long blonde hair, red dress,
saying.
looks like trouble, looks like it's gonna ruin your life.
What it is I do?
This is written and directed by Chris Pine.
To feel
Ooh,
different.
wasn't expecting that.
To feel all alone.
I started meditating to push away the blues. But
You like
now
Chris
I
Pine's
feel them
energy?
coming back.
I do feel like the character he's playing
sure what
is
to do.
too attractive for who his character's meant to be.
Honey, is there something you'd like to tell me?
I'm climbing a tree into.
But I think Chris Pine's dressing himself down. I think he wanted to play
We don't know how
grungier,
far the food chain this thing goes.
less leading man, pretty characters. So he just made his own movie to do it.
Is he a lizard?
Excuse me?
So he plays a weirdo that cleans
I
pools.
think you just need to figure some things out before you can hold space for someone else.
Spacious! He's spacious for crying out loud.
I'm spacious!
He got a lot of cool actors in his movie.
Waded out in the deep end, and now you're drowning. right
Actors,
before
when
our
they
eyes.
write and direct their own stuff,
I need you to be brave.
they're good at getting like other actors on
I know
board
it's dangerous.
to play ball.
I gotta get myself.
But I guess a lot of them are friends, so it's like, yeah, make my own movie. Everyone come on in. Everyone jump in the pool. Topical. Neat. That was cool. For a thumbnail that came out of nowhere in my relateds, that was kind of neat. I think I'm with you on that. I like just seeing Chris Pine do stuff. He is very charming and likable. Adam Sandler-like? I mean, in terms of being able to just get a whole lot of actors you know in your movie, yes, but in every other way, no. Adam Sandler is unfortunate. His whole place in Hollywood movie making is like, it's a little sad. It's like they just keep going on these expensive vacations and make terrible comedies just so him and his friends can get paychecks. It just feels wrong. Yeah, I knew you were talking about taking actors. I'm just saying, it's like, I don't want to compare Chris Pine to him either way. Just because it's just, he's fallen so far. I still like it when Adam Sandler does real drama, though. When he plays a real character in someone else's movie, like the Safdie brothers, for example, like Uncut Gems, he's actually still good. Like, he can be a good actor. His own stuff is just trash. You liked the last one about basketball. His last movie was about basketball? Don't remember this. I think the last movie of his I actually watched was Uncut Gems. I've been avoiding all the comedies though. The Netflix comedies he's been doing. Since he struck that deal with Netflix. He just keeps on pumping out weird shit for them. But I guess they make money because Netflix seems happy with the deal. They don't really care about the reviews as long as they get, you know, actual viewing numbers, which equals money. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. I'm going to get sidetracked ranting and complaining about Adam Sandler again. Good for Chris Pine. His movie looks cool. Let's check out this. Holy shit, let's check out this Western. Shout Studios is a very cheap production company, I think. Star-crossed lovers in the Western U.S. frontier in the 1800s. With Viggo Mortensen playing a cowboy. I like where you're going with this. I like where you're going with this. Oh, it's called Hustle? Yeah, I definitely didn't see that one. I can't even picture it in my head. By the way, that's a stock female scream. You can actually buy that in a movie Foley package. Toronto Film Festival. Okay, it's got some clout.
Damn you, Weston! God damn!
Wow. Cool. Someone had to go and...
So where are you from?
I keep fucking seeing this. All night we've been watching trailers. This might be the 4th time I've seen this. Some poor editor... Let me just enlarge on this for a second. Some poor editor had to rotoscope around these people to put the lettering behind them. Look at this.
So where are you
Motherfucker.
from?
Yeah, like the Wilhelm
Very
scream.
long story.
Exactly like that.
I have plenty of
I
time.
recognize a lot of screams and yells and stuff in movies sometimes. Because I have
Why
those
did you go to
screams in
San
a folder on my
Francisco?
computer in a sound effects
To
package.
see the end of the world.
This is it? The place you chose of all the places
They're
you've
just trying to be
seen.
fancy, Tenor.
No flowers, no garden at all. You live like a dog.
A happy dog.
Is he meant to be like
You have to
a
tell
Dutch
me where you want me to plant
cowboy?
the trees.
You're still a dog.
They're about to make love in this grave. They was digging.
Can I have your attention, ladies and gentlemen? I am Sergeant Webb of the California Regiment. We need volunteers who want to fight to save the Union. We're looking for men of honor.
Thinking about enlisting.
This is not your problem. This is not your country.
It's the right thing to do. Fighting.
Okay, he
against
is
slavery.
definitely not American in this.
We have a life together now.
I can't really tell what the accent's meant to be.
You cannot make things right with a consolation prize.
If you've just found love,
being all alone on a night like this.
Why would you just leave to join the army?
I am fine, Mr. Jeffries.
No, you most certainly are.
No, shoot him. Why did she? Oh God. So you're gonna come back from the army and get revenge? Tell me that's where this is going.
It makes no sense for you to be here
It's
now,
about to go.
Weston.
It's about to become a Revenga movie. Deconstructs the West in the same way Unforgiven does. That's.
I don't believe so, Alfred.
That's big talk.
I shouldn't have left.
I never wanted to be saved.
You'll kill this man. Uh-oh. Where's the child? I don't really know entirely what the, overarching thread of the movie is. He goes to war, his wife gets taken advantage of, he comes back, maybe Revenga? But there seems to be a lot of stuff, like other stuff going on as well. I can't quite tell. Deconstructs what? Looks like typical Western revenge movie. It seems like that's where it's going, but there's just so much other stuff happening in that last stretch of trailer. I'm like, is that what it's really doing, or is there more going on? Like, it's about something bigger than just him getting revenge on one guy. Like, whatever the guy's involved with, power players and whatever, is tied into some political stuff, maybe. So he can't just show up and shoot the man. I'm just assuming it's probably more interesting than it really is. I don't know. I'm trying to see the reasons why this is being called such a big deal. Like, it's got Toronto Film Festival official selection laurels, which means that someone thought it was good. Someone who actually knows quality filmmaking seems to like it. Toronto is one of those places. That's one of the top 5 major film festivals. So, that laurel means something. If you can get one of those, you're laughing all the way to the bank. Okay. I'm going to forget I saw that trailer, unfortunately. It's just one of those things. What is this? Searchlight Pictures. March 28th. Oh, this isn't that recent. Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons, Willem Dafoe, Margaret Qualley. Wait a minute. Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe, and Margaret Qualley were all in the most recent Yorgos Lanthimos movie. Poor Things. Kinds of Kindness. What have I just clicked on? Lanthimos just puts all my favorite actors in a room and makes them do insane things for 90 minutes. Is this a Yorgos film? So close to Poor Things? Why doesn't it say his name? Ooh, that is some... Okay, that's some disrespect from Searchlight Pictures. If this is a Yorgos Lanthimos joint, and they didn't put his name anywhere in the description, I'm pissed. I'm going to look this up real quick. Director, Yorgos Lanthimos. Searchlight Pictures. Okay. 3 stories revolving around a man who tries to take control of his own life. Policeman whose wife seems like a different person, and a woman who searches for someone with a special ability. So it's just 3 interweaving stories. That is so trippy that we're getting the trailer for this movie now when he just finished making Poor Things recently. This man's working. He's pumping them out. How did I not know about this? I'm actually a huge fan of him. It is interesting that he's reusing his cast. Like I was saying, Emma, Margaret, and Willem Dafoe were all major characters in Poor Things, and now they just all are back again for his very next movie.
This is it. The moment of truth.
Nice cover. Desmond Boy. Director of his most recent movie from last year. Oh my god, Jesse Plemons just got smacked by Margaret Qualley. I'm so jealous. This is awesome. This is going to be a flavor trailer. It's about the vibe, not the story.
Isn't it wonderful?
That's what I love trailers like this. It's nice to know what's going on, you know, like plot and stuff like that, but I love a teaser that just gives you a vibe. Because I want to watch it anyway, because I've loved every movie I've seen of Yorgos. So I'm already sold. Just give me a little bit of that taste. It's like Nicholas Winding Refn is another auteur director where you don't really need to explain his movie to me. Just give me a vibe teaser. Just show me the cinematography and the soundtrack, and I'm good. Fincher is kind of like that too. Fincher makes really amazing teasers. When I saw the teaser trailer for Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Fincher's Hollywood remake of that, that's a really good teaser. And it uses Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin in a really cool way. It tells you nothing about the movie, but for a vibe trailer, it's sick. Look it up. Anyway, yeah, I'm down. I'm down for anything Yorgos. I'm there. I hope it's his same weird, dry black humor. Super dry black humor. He still hasn't topped The Lobster for how dry he can make a comedy. I love The Lobster. What a movie that was. I was creaming myself. Okay, maybe creaming's not the right word. I was wetting myself with laughter throughout that movie. But there were a lot of people in cinema who weren't laughing even once. So I don't think some people understood how dry his humor can be. It's like it's so dry, you don't know it's supposed to be comedy. But if you know, you know. Acronym here. That was great. Oh, this isn't a movie. I clicked on a game. I mean, we just watched so many movie trailers. I guess we can watch a game. What game is this? Project Apodum. Okay. Free-to-play multiplayer RPG MOBA extraction shooter. Jesus Christ. This game has 5 genres. Craft items as well. Skill points, create builds. Oh, I'm already tired. I'm just exhausted reading all that. Maybe it's got a cool trailer though. Cool. Wait, what's happening? There's a monster in that statue. I think this is all going to be like cinematic. We're not really going to see what the gameplay is. It already looks cheap. Yeah, when it's like just a full CG trailer and it's not like top of the line, it's kind of a bit of a giveaway that it's a small studio thing. They're doing their best. But they're doing their best in a crowded genre. A crowded mishmash of genres. They're going to be quickly forgotten if they're not careful. Why is everyone making games like this now? The smaller ones are always going to get lost in the shuffle. There's no way they can succeed. Looks soulless. That's what I'm saying. The genre is so overstuffed that so many smaller attempts come out looking soulless. Just automatically. Like, what's elevating it? That's pretty cool. So these generic feminine-looking robots can just turn into other beings? Like Overwatch characters? There's a loot box. Oh my god, there's a fucking loot box in the trailer. Oh no. The looter shooter mechanics are in the CGI trailer. I've never seen that before. Prepare for battle. Prepare for loot boxes. Prepare to open your own wallet. That was weird. Maybe we don't just randomly click on nondescript indie MOBAs anymore. All bow to the loot box. Yeah, it actually looked like a deity. When it was shining gold into the air, it's like, are we supposed to take a knee to this? Like it's your Jeebas? Are we meant to be praying to this Jeebas of a loot box? Ew. The description of the game sounds like word salad. Yeah, it's exactly what we said at the start. I have never in my life seen a developer put the loot box mechanic in their CGI story trailer. That is crazy to me. Is this how far we've come? We're incorporating the idea of the loot box into the lore and the storytelling of the game. Nah, fuck this. I'm gonna move on. Stop talking about that. Stop talking about that game. Whatever. Here's something on the opposite end of the spectrum. Keeping it to games for a second. Marvel Rivals announcement trailer by Marvel Entertainment. Someone told me about this. It's a PvP hero-based shooter with Marvel Comics characters. I'm not into this genre of game. Overwatch clone one? Yeah, that's why. I'm not into this genre of gaming. But unlike that indie thing we just saw, this is actually like, I guess, more on the AAA spectrum of a company with actual money taking like a real shot at something. I mean, when you got the Marvel credit card and the characters in your back pocket, you can do a lot. NetEase, boo! Don't actually like NetEase. This actually just looks like... Okay, there's Doctor Strange. For a second there, it just looked like a MOBA. It didn't look like Marvel at all. Fuck yeah, here we go. God, that Hulk out was pretty cool. Hulk looks legit. Banner looks weird though. Anime Bruce Banner looked like a lanky nerd. Too anime, not enough Bruce. Who's this? Who is that? I don't recognize this character. Loki, easy one. I think Loki just copied Black Panther. Wait, Loki can become other characters? That makes him a bit OP. Rocket. I think that was Magic before. Magic with a K. I think that was anime Penny Parker from the Spider-Verse movies. Luna Snow? Okay, I don't know her. Yeah, it is Magic with a K. Well spotted me. It's such a random... Whoa. They gender bend Galactus? I just saw Scarlet Witch looking dope. Marvel Rivals. That Lady Galactus was kind of cool, actually. That was my favorite part of that. Galactus but waifu? Yeah, I mean, that's what these companies do best, right? Whatever, but waifu? You can combine skills and Rocket can ride Groot. Show us another player. Stop on the last moment where they show the other team. Hold on. This team. Scarlet Witch, Mantis, Storm, Peter Quill, Star-Lord. I don't know these two. The guy at the back might be like Warpath or something from the X-Men. Maybe. I don't know who this shinobi looking dude is in the back though. Maybe it's just a really anime take on Magneto or something. Hard to tell. Yeah, I don't know the guy in the back. I don't know the guy behind. All I know is Mantis, Scarlet Witch, Star-Lord, and Storm, for sure. Oh, it's the Punisher. Okay. That guy right there in the back that looks like Dom from Gears of War. When you look at them from the front, it's the Punisher. He's got the skull on his chest. He's just really chonk. He's got the Hulk body type. Scarlet Witch looks amazing. Star-Lord's got trendier hair. Actually, so does Storm. That could be Magneto. I did randomly guess that he might be just a more anime-looking Magneto from this angle, but I didn't think I was correct. But when you look at him from the front, the helmet looks pretty Magneto to me. Yeah, the helmet's the one that... It's the shape at the front. But when you look at it from the side, he looks like a shinobi. There's something about his design that seems not enough Magneto. And who the hell's Luna Snow? Is that a real Marvel character, or do they just make that up for their game? This Aquaman motherfucker, I guess, is Namor. There's Magic and Loki. Was that Namor? Namor? You can't see his name behind him very... Oh, is that how the game actually looks? When you're in the lobby? Oh, just zooming in. Don't worry. He's been watching too much anime. Naruto fan. Yeah. I mean, if this is a hero shooter from a Asian company like NetEase, so well, like I'm not going to be too hard on it. Like it is what it is. I'm more interested in this Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra game that we saw last week. It looks like it's going to be more linear story based, with more of a AAA sheen. It is Magneto. You looked it up. I think Magneto's with one T. You spelt it like Cornetto, the ice cream. That was cool. You Googled it? Thanks, man. At least we know for sure now. I was going to drive me crazy. Oh, did you hear about the movie? I think it's for Netflix. Did you hear about the movie that J-Lo's making? Jennifer Lopez? She's got some movie coming out that's like a I don't know what to call it. It seems a bit narcissistic. The movie is her concept, and it's based on a bunch of dreams she had or something. She had a bunch of weird dreams, I guess, and then she kind of came up with the idea of tying it into some kind of like surreal narrative or whatever. Never. Hang on, let me look for this. I haven't actually watched the trailer. I just remember people talking about it on Twitter, and I saw some screenshots and was like, what the fuck is this? Here it is. I was right, it is Netflix. There's no description except for Jennifer Lopez is Atlas, because the movie's called Atlas, all caps. All right, this is probably going to be really trippy from what I've heard, so fasten your seatbelts on this one. There's J-Lo. J-Lo's bleeding. How dare you make Jennifer Lopez bleed her own blood? How dare you? There's some sci-fi.
Do you copy?
Holy shit.
Do you copy?
Bruh. They got mechs. They got mechs. They got Jennifer Lopez mechs. Have I got the right movie?
Mayday! Mayday!
This is why people keep making Titanfall jokes on Twitter. Jennifer Lopez in Titanfall.
Altitude warning. Fire thrusters?
Yes, fire
Stand by.
thrusters. Fire thrusters now!
Your mech should not be voice commanded. It's not good mech design.
Mission control. This is Atlas Shepard.
Reporting for duty.
Can you hear me?
Drop the beat. Can we break into a musical? Can it be like a mech science fiction action movie musical where she occasionally sings? And her and the mech do like choreography? Titanfall 3 when? Titanfall 3 right now, Tenor. It stars Jennifer Lopez. Atlas. Hold on. We need to know more about this. I need to make sure this is the right movie I was thinking of. Atlas movie. Upcoming science fiction action film directed by Brad Payton. That name, I know that name. Simu Liu, awesome. Sterling K. Brown, awesome. Mark Strong, awesome. Co-production by Safe House Center, blah, blah, blah. Screenplay was originally written by Leo Sardinian, and Aaron Eli Collette performed rewrites. Joined the cast. I don't know if this is the same movie I was thinking of. Let me type in Jennifer Lopez movie Dreams. I might have got this confused with a different J-Lo movie. Not The Cell. That goes way too far back. Movie based on her dreams? Fuck. What is this? Okay, wait. There's no way that Jennifer Lopez had dreams about a fucking mech science fiction action film that was already written by somebody else. Lopez had asked some filmmaker named Fonda to appear in a yet undefined musical. Examine Lopez's romantic failures in a meta way. Maybe it's this. This is also new. It's a musical, and it's a meta deconstruction of her life and romantic failures. Not the movie we just saw. Jennifer Lopez's new movie is a nonsensical vanity project. More celebrities should do the same. A biopic fantasy steampunk visual album music film. What the fuck? Okay, we got the wrong movie. So Atlas is just some Netflix action movie that we just stumbled backwards into. I knew it was something over the top, like science fiction or fantasy or crazy shit. This sounds like that, because this is steampunk. This is me now. Official. Okay, this is it? For Amazon Prime? Holy shit. She's got some sci-fi fantasy shit coming out for both Amazon Prime and for Netflix. Except this one is loosely based on her life, but through a surreal fantasy lens. Word salad, yeah. Is that Ben Affleck?
What they say about me. About hopeless romantics.
That's not Ben Affleck.
That we're weak. And I'm not weak.
Okay, that was a musical number kicking off right there on the conveyor belt.
I learned the hard way.
That is so much green screen.
Stories have a happy ending.
Oh, she looks hot there with her wet hair in front of the fireplace. That's a good shot.
Let's pick this back up next week.
So I think she's telling her therapist her problems, and then those therapy sections where she talks about the dreams she's been having and the issues she's got with her past probably turn into the science fiction steampunk stuff. So it's basically Sucker Punch. Jennifer Lopez made a vanity project out of basically stealing the Sucker Punch concept.
doing here?
We think you might be a sex addict.
Jennifer Lopez is a sex addict?
Maybe.
Hot. This is kind of wild.
Third time's the charm? This guy don't stand a chance. Haven't been sleeping well lately.
She's probably an emotional connection addict. Like when the marriage gets stale, she drifts away and wants the romance and the honeymoon period again.
And I just used to lie there awake thinking, how does anybody sleep that way when your heart never goes to
Holy
sleep?
shit. Now we're getting some steampunk.
I know. You feel like nobody gets you.
Her heart is being depicted as a giant steampunk engine.
It's never enough.
It's going to be a bit on the nose, I think. I don't think it's going to be a subtle movie.
She thinks I'm her employee.
Being with you feels like home. But I left home for a reason.
They're doing it again. Oh my god, tenor. Holy shit. I know this is a recurring theme tonight, but we've got another movie that felt the need to rotoscope characters to put the text behind them. Check this out.
But I left home for a reason.
Right there, on the mountaintop. They had to rotoscope the text behind those two people. I know I keep on noticing this in trailers, but it's like, I can't not, because this is the kind of work that I do in my editing stuff. I sometimes have to do this kind of shit. Not specifically that, because I don't really edit movie trailers. I like edit corporate videos and commercials and things, but like it happens. I gotta rotoscope things sometimes.
Whenever someone asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up,
I want to be a steampunk musical princess. That gets some Ben Affleck dick.
in love.
Looks worse. Why can't you place another shot?
Ebb and flow of the universe.
Oh, I don't know. It's just a fancy thing that people do to make it look like they put effort. It looks like a visual effect, so people go, ooh, fancy. There's a lot of cheap things you can do in editing that maybe make people go, ooh, fancy, that are actually kind of cheesy and hokey, but I have to do stuff like that all the time. It is what it is. It is a little bit annoying that they keep using that This Is Me musical sting from that one song that's going to be like the main song of the movie all through the trailer. So we just have to keep listening to Jennifer Lopez going, this is me. We know it's you. You're the star of the movie. You wrote the movie. The movie is about you. This is definitely you. Please stop telling us. I want to see a Jenny from the Block movie. Take it back to the beginning. Make it like Straight Outta Compton. I want to see the JLo of the streets. Not this fancy steampunk shit. Okay, I want to see this too. The problem is Sucker Punch was a big fail. That movie doesn't really work. It only works as a trailer or as a music video. Those individual CGI scenes are kind of neat by themselves as like YouTube clips, but as a movie, that movie falls apart. It's just kind of trash. So I don't know if that's what you want to be emulating. Fucking JLo. Oh, wait, I closed it. Oh, there's Atlas. I forgot we just watched Atlas. Let me keep this trailer real quick. I want to talk to someone about that later. I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which we're dying are the best we've ever had. That song is not by Jennifer Lopez. Let's do something random. How about this? This seems to have Zachary Levi. It's got Shazam in it. It's by Sony Pictures, so it's a big budget movie. And it's called Harold and the Purple Crayon. I think this is a movie about Zachary Levi finding a magic crayon. Is this a kid's movie? Jermaine Clement's in it. I like him a lot. Alfred Molina and Zooey Deschanel. I like them a lot. I like all those people better than Zachary Levi. Okay.
With the crayon, anything is possible.
Oh my god, I actually guessed correct. It is a movie about Zachary Levi finding a purple crayon. A magic crayon.
When someone tells a story.
Fuck.
They create an entire world.
Why does this remind me of that? Is the movie called If? There's a Ryan Reynolds movie coming out very soon, directed by Quiet Place guy, that actor. The one that was Mr. Fantastic in Multiverse of Madness. This already reminds me so much of that movie. Like that kind of wholesome, family-friendly film, but with like magical realism elements.
And
Shazam
usually,
with a magic crown sounds more interesting than
the characters stay there.
J.O. and Dream? Who the hell's J.O. and Dream?
But there are legends.
Oh, is this based on a
The
cartoon?
characters are so real
With the crayon, anything is possible.
that they step right
What the fuck?
into this world.
Oh my god, the onesie's terrible. And the hedgehog became a little girl?
Let's see how this baby works in the real world.
Okay, we got it wrong. We were close, but we got it wrong. This is illegal? You can't just fly a fucking plane. Jennifer Lopez. Oh, when you said J.O., you're talking about J-Lo. Okay, got it. So he's not a normal human being that finds a magic crayon. He's a comic book character that comes out of the comic with his crayon.
That is creative. And terrifying. That's terrifying.
This is why I was thinking about the Ryan Reynolds movie.
Do you know
It's
what
human
brought
beings
you to
reacting to a lot of
life? It's what
CG.
your crayon is made of. The most mysterious, powerful, extraordinary stuff on earth. Wax. Pure imagination.
Jermaine Clement's going to be the secret bad guy that's trying to steal his crown. Calling it now.
Okay. I am getting
Dude, you're gonna get that killed. He's gonna get that kid killed. Yeah, he's a menace. Maybe Zachary Levi's the bad guy.
What were you thinking?
Oh, no, honestly, I don't do a lot of thinking.
True. So Zoe Deschanel is the normal human lady that falls in love with him. God, this movie's gonna be so purple. Actually, look at the screenshot for a second. Look at this this poster. Don't you reckon this looks like the Green Lantern movie, but purple instead of green? I feel like someone thought, let's make a kids movie off the Green Lantern vibe, using the, wait, okay. I think Harold and the Purple Crown might be a pre-existing thing. Let me just look this up. Harold and the Purple Crayon is the first film adaptation of the beloved children's classic. So it is a children's book about a cartoon character with a magic crayon. And this is just him coming out. They had to make a movie out of that. So their only idea was to have him come into the real world with his crayon. They did the same shit that they do with stuff like Sonic the Hedgehog. Take the character out of their world and just magically into the real world, which is kind of boring to me. I hate that fucking plot device. It's so fucking typical. What is them? Also, Zachary Levi is apparently kind of a dick. I heard that he's not that cool a dude in real life, and he might be a little bit conservative as well, which is a shame. Let me click on something else and totally different. I don't know what this is, but it's Prime Video, which means it's got Amazon Prime money. But it looks like a horror film. Them the Scare. It's got a terrible name. I don't like saying it. Them, semicolon, the Scare. LAPD homicide detectives assigned to a gruesome murder in a foster home. It's cops trying to stop a serial killer. Which doesn't sound that interesting. I'll give it a chance.
Imagine what might happen, what might be available to you if fear was not an option. Are you ready? Ready to relinquish doubt and befriend your most actualized?
A serial killer? Are you using self-help tapes to commit murder?
Wish your mama happy birthday before she goes to work.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Be safe.
This trailer already has quite a black vibe. I think it's about to change vibe very quickly though. It's about to turn into 7.
Detective? You're gonna want to see this.
It's a murder detective. Really? Never seen one of those. I'm a detective. From Little Marvin. I don't know who that is.
25 fractures in all. Only bodies I've ever seen this broken were run over by trains.
Cool. Oh, this might be one of these serial killer stories that turns out to be supernatural.
Start out this profession at it.
I think he knew his victims. Feels personal.
This guy's left no eyewitnesses.
I don't like that hip-hop song is still cruising around in the background of the soundtrack. It sounds
The
weird.
last thing we need right now is a serial killer.
Well, that's what we got, sir.
Are you scared?
Should I be?
Do you not understand what went on in here?
Why did the chief of police seem evil then for a second?
No human is capable of that kind of evil.
A dude that listens to self-help tapes, that's who.
Don't you ever feel like
They're
you
determined
can't
to keep that hip-hop song
Your heart
cruising in the background of this trailer. I think they're inspired by Jordan Peele trailers.
But you know no one believes you.
It's too late.
Jordan does it much better though.
It's coming.
Fear was not an option. Fear was not an option.
I want to know more about this killer. He seems interesting. But I'm pretty sure there's some supernatural shit going on.
Yeah, of course.
Even with everything we've seen.
No, I believe in the devil too.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What is with the name? What's them the scare? I don't really jive with the name. God, I can't believe I just used the word jive by accident. Racist. Cultural appropriation. They're really making all 90s R&B songs into horror themes. Yeah, that's... Jordan Peele started that. He's still the best at it, though. Scariest things I've seen on TV in a while. The cat in the bag scene from the first season never left. Season? Wait. Is it a TV show? It doesn't say. Okay, this might be an anthology series like True Detective. Maybe there's another... Maybe there's a season 1 that's like them, semicolon, something else. Different approach from season 1. What was season 1? Okay, it's them. The TV series is called Them. The first season was called Them Covenant, following a black family that moves to North Carolina, from North Carolina, to an all-white neighborhood in Los Angeles during the Great Migration. Their home transforms into epicenter of evil forces next door and otherworldly threats, blah, blah, blah. Them the Scare is about LAPD detective. Okay. So it's somewhat supernatural horror stories with mostly black characters. The first one was set in 1953. This one's set in 1991. This reminds me a lot of True Detective, how they do their anthology seasons that are separate from each other. 28 stab wounds. I'm curious about it. I never heard of the first one, though. Where is the first one? 2021. So the first season came out in 2021. Never heard of it. Must have been like a sleeper hit type thing. Because it got a sequel. So someone saw something in it. To be fair. Yeah, there's the trailer for the first one 3 years ago. Probably just before I started streaming. Cool. We should probably start wrapping up, Tanner. I was planning to do a shorter stream tonight because of how late I started. I think maybe it's a good idea to start wrapping it up soon. Before I leave, I do want to do the new Star Wars stuff. There's a new Star Wars trailer out for The Acolyte. I mentioned this at the start of the stream. The Acolyte was supposed to be some kind of like Star Wars show that takes place back when like the first Sith became a thing. I think it's about the building up of the Sith temple or something like that. I'm not actually sure. But the trailer was out last Sunday and I didn't even realize. It's a series on Disney Plus, which have been hit and miss when it comes to Star Wars, but I always liked the sound of the Acolyte because it was more focused on Sith stuff than Jedi stuff. The description only says, in an age of light, a darkness rises. So, awesome. I'm really crossing my fingers for this because from what I've heard about it, we don't get enough Sith-focused stuff. Like, I've always wanted to see something more like a Force Unleashed adapted to a movie or a TV show, just so we can focus on a more, if not Sith exactly, a more Sith adjacent or a more gray morality character.
Close your eyes.
What even is that creature that they just showed?
Your eyes can deceive you.
I think he's a Jedi.
We must
Could
not
tell from the
trust
white
them.
robes, or beige, off-white.
Tell me what comes into your mind.
That's the actor from Squid Game. I heard he was in this.
Life.
Life.
Balance. I see fire.
I see guts. I see violence.
That maybe they should do something about that child before it turns into a Sith. Have that child executed. Is that Trinity? That was pretty cool.
So
I think
what
this show's
is
gonna have more
Jedi?
martial arts in it from the looks of it.
It doesn't make sense.
Those cellos are heavy.
What happened?
I like the cellos.
Darkness.
Oh yeah, we got waifu. Nice. I could use some Star Wars with more waifu.
This isn't about good or bad. This is about power.
Is she
And who is allowed to use it?
growing into a new Sith?
What is
A new
that?
age of Sith? Here we go. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh. I don't know what I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting one Sith to just wipe out like 9 Jedi with a single force push that just decimates the forest. So we got some kind of uber powerful Sith in there. What if it turns out to be Starkiller from Force Unleashed? That's the kind of shit that he can do. That wasn't too bad. I don't know if I'm 100% sold though. I feel like I needed more from that trailer because my expectations for this were kind of high, despite not being like that crazy into Star Wars for a while. Jedi is basically a paladin. No one wants to watch a party of paladins. Yeah. Agreed. Jedi are quite boring. It's nice when you get shows like Andor, where we can focus on the nitty-gritty of the sci-fi universe and not always have to follow around some monk. Some celibate monk with a laser sword. But I want to see more from the Sith side of things, or at least someone that isn't Sith, but is. I don't like the black and white morality of Star Wars. I don't like the fact that you have to be Jedi or Sith. Like, if you use more violent powers like Force Choke or Lightning, you automatically have to become Sith and get creepy, wrinkly eyes and face and tattoos and become a space Hitler. Like, why can't I get in touch with my anger and learn Sith Force powers and just still be a normal person? Like, yeah, I've got the tattoos, I've got the black robe, I've got the red saber, but I also don't have to be evil. Like, why do you have to be evil? Can't I just go grocery shopping and live a normal life with Sith powers? I don't believe Star Wars. I don't believe their universe because they keep peddling in black and white when reality is gray. People aren't good and evil. People that are supposed to be good are complicated, and people that seem to be evil have their reasoning and a way they got to where they were that is at least relatable or understandable if you understood their journey. You know what I mean? Like, there is no Jesus versus Space Hitler. You know what I mean? Like, it's stupid. I've never liked that about Star Wars. Never. And then Star Wars fans will say, oh, there's no such thing as a grey Jedi. And it's like, well, it'd be better if there was. Like, it's more realistic if a character can seem evil and self-serving, but just doesn't have to be. Like, yeah, I'm power hungry. I want Sith powers. I like chasing power, but you're not going to burn down the orphanage and like kill innocents on the way there. Like, you have a sense of morality. It's kind of like people in real life, how some people are money hungry. Some people are greedy, but that doesn't make them evil. They can pursue fame and fortune and riches without throwing people under the bus or being jerks about it. And there's plenty of people that do that. Greed is often seen as a negative emotion, but it doesn't automatically make you good or evil. You can basically chase a career path that will make you rich, but still be like a decent person and a, you know, functional member of society that is capable of kindness. You just happen to love money as well. They have no ambitions and it makes them boring. Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing with the Jedi, though, is that it has that religious bent to it that I never found it, I never liked either. Like, Jedi all act like they're a bunch of priests and monks that have to do things a certain way and are just so dry and dull. It's like, why does it have to be one or the other? Why do you have to either be a serial killing space psychopath or a literal priest or a monk? Like, what is that about? No one gives a shit about that. Anyway, that's what I hate about Star Wars, and that's why I want to see more interesting Star Wars stuff about more interesting characters. Give me a Sith character that doesn't behave, isn't forced to behave like an evil Sith character, that's just trying to do their own thing, that just happens to be a dark side user in terms of their power connection. Let's see some complexities. My favorite thing in the new trilogy of Star Wars movies was that moment in the second movie, Last Jedi, where Kylo Ren teams up with Rey, and they fight all those red dudes, and they kill is it Snoke? There's a moment there where he reaches out his hand to Rey, and he suggests that they both leave together and they create their own new thing that's not Sith or Jedi. That's just for them. That's just them doing what they want to do. Like a gray middle ground. And I was so fascinated by that in the cinema. I actually was on the edge of my seat. I'm like, this is what I want, where I want Star Wars to go. I want them to fix these boring old black and white Jedi Sith bullshit stuff. Break down both sides. Let the Jedi and the Sith die. Create a new movement down the middle. And I was like, please do this. And then they don't do it. That scene ends with Rey leaving and the question hanging in the air of whether they should do that or not. And it never gets... they never come back around to it. For that one brief shining moment, Star Wars is almost good again. If only they'd done something with that. And I'm very sad that they didn't. Also, the whole time I've been sitting here talking, there's a thumbnail for something else Star Wars related that I'm not familiar with. What is Tales of the Empire? This came out 2 days ago and already has 2.9 million views. Disney Plus. There's another Star Wars show? This one looks like it's CGI, like Clone Wars. Maybe it's the next season in that stuff. Experience Tales of the Empire, 6 all-new Star Wars originals. Oh, so it's 6 short films tied together in like a anthology. Like the anime thing. What was that Star Wars anime compilation? Star Wars Visions? Might be because the third movie purpose was literally damage control. Yeah, but they were damage controlling stuff that didn't need damage control. The stuff in the third movie was worse than the first two. Rise of Skywalker was the shittiest Star Wars movie they've made yet. It literally starts with a text crawl that says, by the way, Palpatine's back. And it's like, well, that sucks. These people have no idea what they're doing. Yeah, Visions. I think this is like Visions, except Visions was different anime shorts, and I think this is different CGI shorts in the style of like Clone Wars and all of those those CGI shows that they do. Bad Batch, stuff like that. Filoni stuff.
Why do you seek Imperial favor?
That was Thrawn, I think. I'm not up on my CGI
Years ago, my people were all
extended
but
universe Star Wars,
destroyed.
but I know who Thrawn is. He's like a blue dude.
My anger gives me strength.
This looks like
It
a
is that
cutscene for a
strength
phone game by NetEase.
I offer the Empire.
Offer accepted.
Yeah, Thrawn has got blue skin and red eyes. It might be him.
I'm here to present you with an opportunity, Barris.
He's going to be full of extended universe
Just be glad you're not a
call-outs
Jedi
that I don't recognize.
Your path is set, Morgan Elsbeth. I will fulfill my destiny.
One path. One Sith.
Mercy only breeds defeat.
Just one lightsaber.
But I will help you overcome this weakness.
We have a Sith story. Nice.
You said the Empire would help to change things.
Everything comes at a cost. My world has been burning since I was
Kind
a
of cool.
child.
That was
not
Grievous.
stop
I haven't seen Grievous in a
what has
while.
begun.
Now you must face one final test.
I like how much this
Join
is
us.
leaning into the Sith stories. We just talked about this with the Acolyte trailer.
It is time you meet your new master.
There's a lot of action in this show too. Yeah, Rebels. She has light sickles? Yeah, she seems to be. They might be... Not vibranium, what's it called with the V?
Long live the Empire.
You know how in the... Tales of the Empire. You know how in the extended universe stuff there are metal blades by the Mandalorians and that they're like electro blades. They've got some kind of like they're metal, but they got some kind of like electrical charge or something, some tech in them that makes them be able to clash with sabers. I remember learning about those in Knights of the Republic on the Xbox back in the day, the RPG. That was the first time I ever knew about them. Magnetic blades? Yeah, I remember in the game there was like vibro blades or something. I remember the word vibro something or started with a V. What's this? Oh, Battlefront 2. What did the title say at the end there?
Live the Empire.
Tales of the Jedi. Oh, I remember that. Okay, I know what this is now. Do you remember Tales of the Jedi? We did watch the trailer on stream a while back. Tales of the Jedi was a series of short stories that were all Jedi focused. That was this CGI on Disney Plus a while back. I watched one trailer for it and forgot it existed. This is the second one of these. That's why it's Tales of the Empire. I think the first one was all short stories about the Jedi, and Tales of the Empire is all short stories about the Sith. This makes so much more sense now. And I'm so much more interested in this one than the Jedi one. They're electromagnetic. Yeah, and something about that has to do with making them be able to clash with sabers. That's what the sickles reminded me of. The sickles look like they're made of real material. Yeah, look at this. They're metal, but they've got glowing red runes carved into them, and they've got like colorful flames coming off them. For I think the lightsabers are setting them on fire. I don't think the flames are coming from the blades themselves. It's just a reaction from the clashing. Her sickles are cool though. That might be what she... I have a feeling that maybe the sickles is what she starts with before she gets... Before she joins the Sith Order. And then when she goes through Academy Acolyte training, she learns how to use a red saber or something. And then maybe she ends her short by getting saber versions of her sickles made. Although I don't know if you can curve a lightsaber blade. If you could have it rounded. I don't know if that's good science. That sounds like bullshit. Sith magic? Yeah, just the ruins are probably some magical bullshit to do with the Force. She had basic sickles at the beginning. Oh, I must have missed them. Hang on. There's a character with a bow staff. We saw her. There's the bow staff chick. She seems to fall to the... All these short stories about people either already on the dark side, which are going to be stories that are probably full of cameos like Grievous, or people falling to the dark side for various reasons, which I think makes for a much more interesting show. I'd watch a show about that. Where the hell are these sickles? Oh, there.
Path is set, Morgan.
Yeah, there they are. I don't see the ruins on them, glowing or otherwise. I thought maybe they were just switched off, but there's nothing carved on these blades. So they carved some glowing red ruins onto these sickles blades, and that... No, wait, they are there. I was wrong. Yeah, the ruins are actually on the blades already. So they do some kind of Sith Force magic to probably activate the ruins and maybe make them metal withstand saber combat. They can cut through droids. So, I mean, they're sharp. It's a little bit sus because metal on metal, not the best way to cut something. It's ruin magic, yeah. Things like that kind of ruin it for me, though. Like, I like sci-fi that's just leaning into the science. I like technology in science fiction. When you start injecting magic into science fiction as well, it loses me a little bit. Anything can cut droids in Star Wars. I mean, those droids in particular are kind of like the worst designs ever for a robot. These things, the droidicas. No, wait, the droidicas are the black ones that roll. These Roger Roger things. Like, these are the most cheaply produced, skinniest, low-level material tech robots I've ever seen in any science fiction. But to be fair, that's kind of the point. If you remember in episode 1, the whole idea behind these droids, these Roger Roger ones, was that they were like disposable, mass-produced things. Remember how when they had that war with the with Jar Jar's people? What are Jar Jar's people called again? Forget the name of their species. They bring out those big cargo ships and they just roll them out like a conveyor belt line. Yeah, mass production. So basically, like, do you remember how like those ships land and then the coat hanger rails come out and they just have like a whole bunch, like you're just like you're opening a cupboard and there's a bunch of suits hanging on coat hangers and they just kind of unfold from that, like Lego, like a small army of like Lego men. It's such a commercial design for like a war concept. It's like how it was kind of ahead of its time in a weird way, because it's like how in the future, if corporations like today, like Coca-Cola or Apple, were like basically took over so much of our culture that they became like the military contractors. They became everything. They became like, they basically instill their own governments because they're the ones with all the money. Because corporate, you know what I mean? Like commercial rules all, money, mass production. So this is like a version of what the universe would be like now, like our timeline, but in the future, with companies like Apple just mass producing like cheaply made military assets for different governments, just to pump out some like tin can trash soldiers for the biggest like buck ratio. You want the most droids, no matter how cheap they are or dysfunctional they are, for cost. If you can get one of these droids for like a couple of droids on the cent, even if they're not that good, just get a lot of them. Just overwhelm the enemy forces, even though your product is shitty. How did we end up talking about this? Yeah, and they'll have logos on them as well. There'll be commercial breaks during war. And now a word from our sponsor, from Taco Bell. The new trench taco burrito. Don't get trench foot, get trench taco. It's full of the meats, just like that mangled foot of yours. Also a bit of cheese. Ew. This metaphor is going a bit too well. It's actually making me a little sick. All right, Tenor, we're just shy of cracking 3 hours, so we've had our Disney Plus. We've seen the big trailers. I think it's a good time to take off. Good lord, this fucking gown of mine just keeps opening up. And Jay didn't even come running today. Droids that shoot people while saying "Bar drinks the best in the universe." Yeah, just replace the Roger Roger that those droids do with some kind of like marketing spiel. Coca-Cola. Doritos. Doritos. While they're killing you. While they're killing you, you're thinking about Doritos. You haven't been in a Sunday stream for a while? Yeah, that's true. You did mention that like it's not a time that's normally a good one for you to come by. That's normal. We catch you randomly on other ones. Ah. Doritos droids do sound scary. Yeah, they have to have the triangle heads. They have to have some element of their design actually look like a Dorito. That would be pretty funny. And also horrifying. And they'd probably be made so cheaply, they would be as easy to break as a Dorito chip. They just crumble. But it doesn't really matter, because by the time they've crumbled, they've already fired off a bunch of shots. They're going for numbers, Tenor. If enough droids are firing enough bullets, everyone's going to hit something. Doesn't matter if you lose like a massive chunk of them. The Taco Bell Empire. I've never eaten at Taco Bell, by the way. It's not really a thing in Australia. We never used to have them, and within the last few years, I think some of them have been popping up in special locations. But it's pretty rare. There's one on every street corner in fucking America, just like McDonald's. If you go to America, you can't not find a Taco Bell. I have an American friend that stayed here when I went to film school. And he used to talk about Taco Bell all the time. He really missed it. He did say that it's very trash food, though. Like, it's good, but it's good in that way that it's so trashy and bad for you that it's like deliciously greasy, but you know that you're probably going to have a heart attack if you keep eating it because it's all meat and cheese. As someone who likes trashy fast food, I'm kind of intrigued. I would love to try some Taco Bell. I think I would like it. Because I've eaten plenty of fast food that I can tell is not good for me as I'm eating it, but it's still delicious. You got McDonald's, Subway, Rostix, and Burger King. I remember you telling me that some of them left Russia after the sanctions, and then other people bought up their restaurants and just changed the name. So it's like you still got them, but not really. I don't know what a Rostic is. I've never heard of Rostics. That sounds like it must be very Russia. Donald's and KFC left. Okay, fair. So Burger King and Subway is still kicking? No sanctions from them? Oh, now it's Rostix. So Rostix took over when the bigger brands left. Because they're like actual Russian based. That's why I've never heard of them. Very Russian specific. There is some stuff in Australia that's specific to Australia that you'd only see here, not even in America. Like, I think our Kingsley's chicken, I think that's only in Canberra. I remember that quite well. They've got good chips. Red Rooster might be international. Hang on. I like Red Rooster a lot. Wikipedia. Australian fast food chain. Established in 1972. Yeah. Red Rooster is Australian. And it's like, it's as widespread as KFC here. So yeah, we've got Australian specific ones, but it's the kind of stuff where the rest of the world probably hasn't heard of it. Whereas a lot of the American ones, everyone's heard of it. Like Taco Bell wasn't international, but everyone knows about Taco Bell thanks to American movies. We don't have a Vegemite fast food chain? No, I mean, we've got plenty of Vegemite, but it doesn't have its own fast food chain. That'd be disgusting. And I like Vegemite. I'll have Vegemite on toast in a heartbeat. I'm good with Vegemite, but I don't want Vegemite food. I don't want a Vegemite restaurant that just makes Vegemite foods. Like that's ick. That's too much Vegemite. A warm slice of toast, that's about it. Oh, hey, Jeannie. Yeah, I was just on my way out. I had a bunch of stuff happening earlier tonight that I had to take care of, and I almost didn't stream because it was going to be too late, but I thought I'm going to just do a short one. I thought I'd just do 2 or 3 hours and just go a little late. I was just saying goodbye to Tenno, basically. Didn't miss too much. Watched a bunch of trailers, the usual. We watched a bunch of Toho stuff, thanks to Tenna. We don't normally see Tenna on Sundays, so that was different. Yeah, the later I am, the more likely we are to be able to see Tenna. Back when I first met you, Tenna, that was like the opposite. Like, I was trying to do some day streams back then. Like, I was starting after lunch in the early afternoon, usually around 3 p.m.-ish here in Australia. Because I think I was trying to get through some stuff. Like, I remember I was doing that with Nier Automata. Well, I had so much Nier Automata to play before it left Game Pass that I was like, I'm going to start at lunchtime and just play like 10-hour streams of this game until it's done. And I met you just before that with Lunar Nights. Played a lot back then. I mean, I play a lot now too. It hasn't really changed. It's just that I think at the time we were still around pandemic era, so I had less work to worry about. So there was less need to sleep during the day and also get editing work done. So I had more space to basically do like daytime streams that lead into nighttime. Whereas now I just do nighttime streams that start at maybe about 6 p.m. right when the sun's about to go down, and I just go later, like after midnight. So I still I've always streamed about the same amount, depending on the game we're playing, but it's just shifted slightly. Played day till night, yeah. Whereas nowadays it's more night till morning. Less people need to hide letter. Yeah, that's the big theme of the night, isn't it? That's what we learned today. A little out of context for Genie, but yeah. Less people need to rotoscope text behind actors in trailers because it's a bit of a hacky move that doesn't really impress anyone anymore, and it just gives some poor editor too much work to do. Although if they want to pay me to do it, I'll do it. I could use more work. You almost have all of 220 secret tokens in Dragon's Dogma 2. Jesus Christ, what the hell? There's 220 collectibles in Dragon's Dogma? You just made me sweat when you said that. Looks worse. Yeah. There's 240. You want to play Dragon's Dogma 2? So does Sham. Sham isn't able to play it right now. And he can't wait. 20 overhead to get all items tied to them. It sounds like a lot, man. 240? I'm having flashbacks to having to find 200 feathers in Assassin's Creed. With no map. No in-game trackable bullshit. Tenna's gonna pirate it. Pretend you didn't say that. Let's not get Tenna in trouble. Although I don't think people care if Russians pirate games nowadays because they don't really have many choices. They were kind of forced into that pirate life. Yar. Okay. I'm going to take off. I got to go do my schedule for next week. What was next week again? It was Soma and something else. Phantom Abyss. Okay. I'm playing Soma next week and then trying out Phantom Abyss afterwards, in that order. I just have to schedule the days. I think I can do Soma in one stream. I've seen the average hours tied to it, and I might try and one stream that. Try your best to ditch some work. Does that mean just not answer a phone call? Everyone talks at Soma quite a bit. Jeannie wouldn't like it because Jeannie's not about horror games. But I've heard that talked up quite a bit. Anyone that likes Amnesia games seems to think that Soma is like one of their best games that they've made. It's not even an Amnesia, but it is the same company. Tango Softworks? No, wait. No, fuck. That's Evil Within. Sorry. I can't remember the name. Irrational, maybe? I'm trying to remember. I played so many Amnesias all in a row, and I can't remember the company's name. Not counting Machine for Pigs, because that was somebody else. That was like that China Room company that made walking simulators before that. Your friend is a big fan of Soma. He asked me to play it 24/7. Did you? Frictional. Okay, you're right. That's why irrational came into my brain. It's a similar sounding word. Oh, you didn't? All I know is it's sci-fi. I don't know if it takes place in space or underwater, though, because I've seen screenshots that seem to suggest both. Watch my stream and pretend. Yeah, live vicariously. At this point, at this rate, I think it's going to be Tuesday. I'll still go figure out the schedule, but I think it's Tuesday. And then Thursday, I'll try out Phantom Abyss. I don't know how much I'm going to play that. It might be roguelike-y, so I'm not sure. I probably don't have to put too much effort into that to see what I need to see, and then I can just pike out and not worry about any achievement stuff. I might just play it long enough to see what the big deal is, and that's good enough. We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Also, just FYI, even though next week is those two games, the week after is going to be a bit of a break because I've got some big work-related thing that's happening the week after next. And it's probably going to be full-on enough that I won't be able to stream for a number of days in a row. I don't know if it's going to be 3 or 5 days, though. But there's a good chance that I'm going to have to actually not stream for almost a whole week. Like, I might have to disappear for about Monday to Friday-ish, and then come back on the weekend. Which is going to be the longest I've gone with no streaming since I started. Since I began doing this, like 2 to 3 years ago, however long it's been now, I've never gone for more than 2 or 3 days of a break. Usually just 2 between streams. Only 1 or 2 days between streams. I'm going to have to almost miss a whole week, which is going to feel weird. I am not going to be used to doing that. I need to work. Yeah, I do. There's a lot going on that I have to deal with. And that just happens to be happening, that opportunity, like, all at the same time. So, you know, possible to do a short just chatting? Well, that's the thing. I might not be here. This is the kind of job that's going to take me around a few places. So I'm not sure how often I'm going to actually be back here, if at all. There's a lot of things happening at a lot of different locations that I have to be a part of. So we'll see. Can't pay rent with subscription. No, I mean, I usually do enough work off stream with my current schedule to get by, but there's just a lot of weird stuff going on right now that is making it difficult. And then this thing came up where I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see what happens here. I'm gonna sex slave in Jay's basement. Oh, that's right. He said that yesterday. He was like, fly to Melbourne and become a toy boy. I don't know if Jay is rich enough to be able to afford that toy boy action, but I'm sure he'd lie about it just to make it happen. I'd get there and he's only got $10. It's like, damn it, that doesn't even cover the flight. That's why I'm leaving. Yeah, he bought me a plane ticket. I'm gonna come back richer. I'm gonna come back with like gold chains and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't even have this schedule or any detailed information about like where I'm going and what I'm doing while I'm working on this thing. I'll still need to be filled in on a lot of stuff, but that's probably going to happen next week. I'll probably find out everything I need to know next week, and then I can plan around that. I just was going to give people a heads up that, you know, there's going to be a bit of a stream gap, and I feel weird about it because it's just never happened before. I'm going to miss it, even if it is only like 4 or 5 days. Amateur hour from a hotel? I guess it depends on where I am and what the workload's like. If I'm gonna have time off, or if I'm gonna be constantly busy and then just asleep. I guess it'll also depend on what kind of internet connection they've got in the place that you go to. Because I've been to plenty of places that technically have internet, but you wouldn't want to stream. It would be a slideshow. That's one difference between where you are, Genie, and where I am at. Australia is not as good for internet. I have very good internet here at my apartment building, but there are a shocking amount of places in Australia that still have woeful internet. Australia is weirdly behind on that stuff. We're still playing catch up to everywhere else. America's not as good as a lot of Asian countries, but America's still got it better than us. Australia has bad mobile internet too. It's not the worst. It's compared to some other Western countries and a lot of Asian ones, it's still like mid. It's pretty mid. The best internet can be found at places like universities. Like if you go to uni, they've got like those gigabit connections, which you just don't get in houses and apartments here. I know people in some places of America actually have like internet connections that are like gigabits of download a second, which is not a thing here. You can access internet from anywhere, even the middle of a really? That's pretty cool. I know if you're in places like China and Korea, like you can be in areas there where they've got insane internet. But those countries also have insane other problems, like laws against certain kinds of fictional content or products. So it kind of balances out in a weird way. Like you can't even watch Ghostbusters in China because they have laws against anything with supernatural elements in them. Because they're all really superstitious in that country. So, I mean, what's the point of having really good internet in China if you can't even pirate Ghostbusters? I guess you can, but you'd get arrested. I mean, if they caught you, you'd probably be in huge trouble. Okay. Let me get this bullshit out of my ear. I'm going to say goodnight to y'all again. Ghosts, nudity. Yes. Japan as well. They like their censorship over there. They're pixels. They put pixels over things and they think that's enough. It's a bit stupid. All right. Good night, Tenno. Good night, Genie. Anyone else who's lurking in the bushes still? Thanks for coming by and saying hi. That rhymed, bars. On this, the shortest stream I've done in a while. Not counting that, what was that one I did not long ago? It was a game where there was not enough game left for my last stream. It ended too quickly. You'll check the VOD and critique. You won't find much to critique. Most of the stream was actually film related tonight. There wasn't very many gaming moments. There was one moment where we criticized the NetEase MOBA game. Me and Tenor randomly found a very cheap and shoddy looking player versus player loot box MOBA thing. And they had a CGI trailer that was very not impressive. And I think it was NetEase. I think that was the company. Oh, and then right after that, we looked at Marvel Rivals, that PvP hero shooter with that Marvel blank check. That was kind of neat, even though it's not a genre that I play. Cool to look at least, visually. And I had no idea who Luna Snow was. And I still don't know if that's a real Marvel character or if they made that up as their own Asian-inspired fake Marvel character. I'll have to look at that later. Anyway, gonna get distracted again. Good night. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.